Yo!
Ladies, gentlemen, dogs, cats, chickens. You know, remember how Manny Fresh used to do that?
Yeah.
Nah, seriously, what's up, everybody? I'm Mikey, better known as Scooter, and I'm with my boy.
Yo, it's Derek. Sometimes they call me D.
And we want to welcome you to something new, something fresh, something different. It's our podcast. It's called 1995. And I know a lot of people wondering, like, 1995, like, you know.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, why are you 1995? Well, to give you guys a quick background, if you guys want to follow me, I can be reached on Instagram.
You already shooting out the socials. Like, we just started. You already shooting out the socials.
People got to know where to find you. So you can follow me at Scooter the God, DA, Scooter the God on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at Mike G Luciano. That's one word. And you can't follow me on Facebook anywhere because, again, I am a fucking millennial and we don't give a fuck about Facebook.
Yeah. Ain't nobody on Facebook no more but your old ass uncles.
Yeah, did my dad request you yet?
I don't know, bro. Possibly, but I don't know. I don't even check my friend requests on there. It's so crazy. Like, I don't fuck with that at all.
Yeah, but drop your handles.
Man, my government name is everywhere on the internet. It's just Derek Moldrew at Derek Moldrew. If you follow me on Instagram, you might be disappointed because ain't nothing on there but like fake artsy fartsy pictures. But at Derek Moldrew, my Twitter though, that's where you can find me at, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. So let's give you guys a background. This name 1995, I know a lot of my friends, I've been telling them about it and they've been asking, what does it mean? What is it about? So it's a kind of a cool background to it. I kind of got creative with it. So this forum we have here is to inform and to entertain. Music, sports, dating, politics.
Come here for your relationship advice.
Fashion, culture. The reason behind the name of 1995 is because what it represents. Think about years and dates, like what they represent in history. Like, you know, the type of images that they conjure up and stuff. You know, like, you know, when Jay says, like, I was getting money back in 88. Like, you know what, like, 88 means, you know, to, like, that era, that time frame. You know, the Dookie Chains, the Hustlers and stuff. You know, so, like, different years, they bring these images up. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just in hip-hop or whatever, but think about, like, just culture and history in general. 1968. You know, your parents talk about 1968. You know, 1945. If you got grandparents that old or great-grandparents, you know, you think about 1945.
Maybe like 67 was a good year.
Think about us in our generation, 2001, you know, 2008. You know, think about these years. Certain years are transformative from a true paradigm-shifting view. And in my opinion, 1995 is one. Look at how it's juxtaposition between everything before and after. Like, think about that time frame. Internet drops. Changes everything. Boom. Cold War ended, like, not too long before that. Kurt Cobain has just died. Jordan just came back. Look at the albums around that time. Ready to Die. East 99 Eternal. Me Against the World. Scarface, The Diary. Mobb Deep, Infamous. Raekwon, Cuban Links. All released that time frame. For all us, our age bracket, for all us growing up as shorties, this time has affected us from then until now and how we think about stuff. So all of us, essentially 95 of us. This forum is talking about everything for everybody, but it's just from our perspective. So it's a nostalgic feel on what's happening right now and what's happening after. Lastly, it's a double meaning. For all those who know, I'm from 95th Street, south side of Chicago.
You ain't the only one from 95th.
Yeah, D's from 95th as well. We're both from 95th. And Princeton Park, Loden Homes, those two adjacent neighborhood communities are essential to my upbringing.
Let me interject real quick.
Will always be in my heart. Go ahead, bro.
Before somebody be like, but D ain't really from Princeton Park, though. I'm not. I grew up on the other side of the tracks, 95th Street still, though. That's it.
That's it. He's still.
But they showed me love when I came through, so I appreciate that.
Bro is still stamped, and D Money. Shout out D Money.
They always show me love over there.
It ain't where you from, it's where you at. And wherever I'm at, I always bring where I'm from. So big shout out to 95th Princeton Park, Lord of Homes, family, always. So we had to give you guys a little background to let you know.
That was a whole lot of background.
And man, you know, it was it meant a lot to me, that name. So
yeah, no, that's what's up.
so let's get into it or whatever. What you been listening to this week, bro, as far as music?
This week, man, you know I'm still on my Wale, man. I know everybody clown me for that. You know I'm still on the Wale, man.
I'm getting sleepy when you say that.
Right, he dropped another album. I'm still listening to that. I'm still on the Chance, you know. Chance heavy rotation still, Chicago.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what?
I don't think Chance is whack or whatever, but
tell me how you really feel.
This is how I feel. Chance isn't whack by far, but I think we have. When you get older, you start to realize that you can have musicians that you don't think are like bad musicians at all, but they just don't capture you.
That's true. That's true.
And that's what it is. It's not that.
That's how I feel about Logic.
Coloring Book was fire, but it's like Coloring Book was fire, and but at the same time, I haven't really divulged myself into his work as much as I have other people that I at the same talent level.
That's kind of how I feel about Logic. Like Logic, nice. Like, and my homegirl, my best friend, you know, Tiff, be telling me like Logic nice. I like Logic. Why you don't mess with Logic? I'm like, it's not that I don't think he nice. It's just like it ain't for me, and that's cool. Everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah, man. And like shit, man. I'll be honest, man. I don't really like bang Logic, but when I've heard him, like he can
rap. Like he can rap. You can't say he whack.
He don't let the toast go, man. Like Keanu Reeves, man. He did his thing on that track. So. What else you been listening to? You
know what's nice? I be on a little R&B tip every now and then. You gotta check out the Tory Lanez chick tape, bro.
Man.
You gotta check out the Tory Lanez chick tape, man. You hang out with your lady, your girl, whoever you kicking it with. Put on the chick's tape, bro.
That chick, yeah. Hey, this is
it's
best.
Decent.
This is decent. This is best one.
I like how he went back and got, you know what I'm saying, got people to do they like best records of their career and remix it with him. Like who else was on that? Like that the joint with Dream on there. That was nice. I like that.
Man, you know, Teddy, man, Mr. Nash, that's my boy, man. That's
what I'm saying.
He made
check it
soundtrack
out.
to my love life.
I ain't saying go light some candles and hang out in your bedroom and play Tory Lanez, but I'm just saying if you're looking for something on some R&B side,
you want to know the
check it
best
out.
part about the Chicks tape?
What?
The young lady on the cover. Ashanti got the Benjamin Button going flawlessly.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
She ridiculous.
Man. But yeah, as far as me, man, what I've been listening to.
Hold on, I ain't done though. You ain't tell me that Fab came out with the Summertime Shootout 3 though.
I thought I put it in the chat, bro.
I don't think you did. You ain't
sure?
tell me that, man. I had to get that from somewhere else.
I thought I put it in the chat.
So I was listening to that on the way here, and you definitely need to listen to that if you ain't heard it yet.
Of course I heard it, man. You know.
I know you be out. I'm representing the Watch Bros. I be catching on the stuff late, so I don't know. I ain't know if you was listening to it or not, but check it out.
Yeah, definitely. That's and just to get my side, that's definitely what I've been listening to. I've been listening to that Fab all day today. That Griselda tape drop, I've been listening to that with Westside, Benny, Conway.
You mess with them hard.
Oh man, they was I was ready to pull up on a Brinks truck earlier, man. I had to turn that shit off.
I saw you was at the Lupe show, man. How was the Lupe show, bro? That was a Lupe show.
Man, you know, we talked about this before. I got this the bucket list as far as everybody I want to see or whatever. And Lupe been on that list for years. So I finally saw that he was going to be doing a show that I was able to attend. So went to the Hebrew Brantley
I gotta hit
exhibit,
that
Nevermore Park. Anybody who is into art or anybody who's not into art, anybody that's just cares about the influence of the South Side of Chicago and what it's meant to the world or whatever, man, check it out, man.
Gotta hit that up.
It's awesome, man. The exhibit is amazing. I don't want to give away too much, but as far as expression, that was just so creative and so dope. The vibes off of that, man, it just, man. anybody that's a creator, you should go to go to that, man. You're gonna enjoy it. He extended it through December 29th.
Yeah,
so
I saw that. I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta get in there and check that out.
absolutely. So I went to Nevermore Park, and then after that, I ended up hitting the Lupe show. It was at Riviera, and he did Food to Liquor 1 front to back. Every track, man, and it was amazing. He had a live band, so some of the songs sounded a little different, but it worked out perfectly, man. He did his thing, man, and it was good to see him, man. I never saw him live, so I saw Lou live. That was dope. But yeah, been listening to the Griselda. Been listening to a little Soldier lately. One of my new dudes. So
Who is that?
Lil Soldier.
Lil Soldier.
He's from Birmingham. Shout out to Birmingham 205.
Yeah, you
man.
spent some time down there.
I love Bama, man.
You spent some time down
Bama's
there.
my third home. Chicago's my first, Michigan my second, and Bama's my third home. But yeah, 205, man. I think y'all got a star in the rising, Lil Soldier. So been listening to some of him lately. Been trying to make sure I don't listen to him too much, man, because I probably get locked up, man. That be getting my adrenaline going through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That shit like 05 again. Your ass came back from down south, completely different musical
man
plethora.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me kind of get into that. So this is what's crazy, man. I if you ever lived in another part of the country, and you've done that when you lived in Atlanta,
yeah, definitely,
I did it when I lived in
definitely.
Bama. If you lived in another region from what you're used to, what you start to do is you start to see the topography of like where the actual people who are making the music, what they look like, how they dress, and you see the visuals or whatever, and it starts to make you kind of understand why that music sonically is the way it is.
Yeah.
And you kind of have a better appreciation for it more. And then also when you start to talk to the natives, I make it sound like
The
Christopher
natives.
Columbus.
Right.
coming
Like
over
you
and
just
shit.
went to a whole
Yeah.
different planet or something.
Yeah, but when you start to talk to people from that particular area, and you start to understand the jargon and the lingo and how they talk and they whole slang and what, you know what I'm saying, you number one, you realize it's no different from where you're from. They just using different words. And then number two, you start to understand the words. So when you start to understand the words, you start to understand their raps. Yeah. And when you start to understand their raps, you start to understand how they're nice. So it's like now you're fluent, and now you're like, damn, this dude dope. Right. This chick is dope. So now that you're fluent or whatever, you start to open your mind or whatever.
That's how it was when I went down to the A. Like before I went down to the A, I wasn't messing with Future. I wasn't messing with like Rich Homie. And Rich Homie ain't really doing much lately. But
right.
Back then he was on, you know.
Yeah.
Thugger was coming up. I wasn't listening to none of that. Barely. I was in the Gucci, but like not too much. You know what I'm saying? Went down to Atlanta and I understood it a little bit better. I'm like, okay.
I don't know. You used to be bumping Gucci in the Grand Prix kind of
That's
heavy.
true. I say a little bit, you know what I mean? But
chickens.
when I went down there, then I,
Chicken
you know what I'm saying, I
talk.
got a feel for the A a little better. I got a feel for the music and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I hopped on Travis Scott. And, you know what I'm saying? They was bumping him hard down there too at the time. So I understand completely what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. So let's transition, man. Let's see what's in the news, man. It's been a couple of things going on. It's a quick little segment, man.
Ooh, what we been talking about?
let's
What's
see.
in the news?
Okay, so Omarion announces.
I knew you was gonna bring that up.
Oh,
I knew
man.
you was gonna bring that up.
Man,
Ooh,
I think
man.
everybody want to know everybody's
Everybody
opinion on
want to
this.
talk about that, man. He pulled a boss move on that one.
Man, Omarion announces 2020 Millennium Tour with Bow Wow, Yang Yang Twins, Lloyd.
Ain't nobody
Sammy.
trying to hear who else on the show.
Hey,
Talk
man.
about the tea, bro.
Hey, bro.
I'm shut up.
Sammy, Pretty Ricky, and Soulja Boy, but no B2K or Lil Fizz.
Does B2K even exist?
On
anymore?
Lil Fizz's
Let's talk about
birthday.
that.
It's on Lil Fizz's birthday too. Well, what's your thoughts?
What's my thoughts?
What's your honest thoughts, bro?
My honest thoughts. I feel like I messed with the way he did that because like I kind of move like that. Like if somebody do something to me to like, you know what I'm saying, I don't really mess with. It's like I'm not finna have this big blow up with you. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna move different, and you gonna be on the sidelines like, dang, D bogus. No, you started this shit though. Yeah. Like I just ain't say nothing.
Yeah.
But when I made my move, now I'm bogus.
Yeah.
So like I completely understand what he did right there. A little backstory. What's homie name? What's the other dude name? The bogus one. Fizz.
Fizz. Air Fizzo.
Fizz running around with Omarion baby mama. April fine too, but he running around with April baby with she good looking girl.
You know
Am I
what?
lying?
When somebody moves like that, man, I just stop looking at them.
That makes them.
Is she attractive? Absolutely.
She's attractive externally.
But you be like,
But when you do something like that, yeah.
You
But
be
anyway.
like, all right, snakety snake,
Right.
you know.
Snake. So yeah, April running around with Fizz, Omarion ex-band member. It was cool. Where he do the interview at? He was on like Breakfast Club or
Don't
something.
this kind of remind you of like 2020 Sam Cooke and
Oh,
Curtis Mayfield? Except for did nobody die?
No, not Curtis. Hold on. Not Curtis Mayfield.
Not Curtis. Sam Cooke and
Bobby Womack.
And Bobby Womack, yeah.
We can't throw dirt on Curtis Mayfield.
My apologies.
It's,
but two soul brothers from the shot kind of got confused. But yeah, it's like that, but then nobody died.
Right,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
So yeah, Fizz running around with Omarion baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Omarion, he went in an interview. They asked him about it. He was like, I wished him well. I ain't got no problem. Whatever.
Yeah, he handled like a
He
G.
handled it so
Facts.
cool. 2 days later, boom, dropped a bomb. I'm going on tour. Ain't no more B2K. That's done.
Hey, what Button say? Button say this is National Omarion Day.
Yeah.
on Fam birthday.
He said this ain't. What was the day? He said this ain't that no more. This is Omarion birthday. I mean, it's Omarion Day on Fizz's birthday. He said this ain't Fizz's birthday no more. This is Omarion Day.
I think when you covet a woman that much,
why you say that? Why? Fizz. Yeah.
That's concerning on my end or whatever. I think because you start to think about your friend different. You're like, how long was you looking at her like that?
That's what I was about to say.
That's very
you
very
don't
confused.
just up and do something like that out of nowhere. You've been thinking about that, and finally you thought it was okay.
And it's like, so how long you been moving funny with me like that?
Mm-hmm.
And so for Omarion, at first I'm like, man, you ain't shoot him the non-film one. Like it makes you wonder, like, man, you gotta put pause on this dude. But the fact that he handled it like the way he handled it, I gotta say,
I love the way he moved.
Ooh, that was impressive. Because a lot of people don't have that self-control, including myself. But I'm working on being a better guy in 2020. So, what's up? What else is in the news? Myles Garrett indefinite suspension in the NFL was upheld despite an appeal hearing where he said Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph used a racial slur that preceded his helmet swinging attack on Rudolph, according to him. Uh-huh. NFL said it found no evidence of Rudolph using a racial slur. What's your thoughts, D?
So like, that's kind of a tough one. Like, hold on, let me pour my drink. I don't really think that Mason Rudolph said that, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you why. If that happened, like Myles, first off, he didn't say that like right away.
Yeah,
he didn't say that in the post game
interview.
He didn't say nothing like that.
Yeah,
he didn't even allude to it. So out of nowhere, days later, you like, yo, he did this. He said the N-word. Like,
facts.
I don't really believe that. I feel like if he did that, right away you'd be like, look, I was bogus for hitting him upside the helmet like I did.
That's facts.
But
I was thinking the same thing.
He used a really racially insensitive term.
I was talking to E about the same thing. Yeah, I was talking to E about the same thing. Usually, and this is my thing, man. It's enough situations that we have where racism is ignored, substantially, right? So we don't need people to kind of like use it as like a scapegoat or like a get out of jail free card.
It's like,
so like if you in a situation, man, you gotta own up to that shit. Like, don't try to put it on that man because that make you look like you mad fucking immature or whatever. Right. I mean, like, they try to paint this dude like he's some type of intellectual because he like dinosaurs and shit. But he been clowning all fucking season. He got how many fines or whatever where he was like acting like a fucking child or whatever on the field.
Oh, he got a couple.
Yeah, so like he kind of is showing his character or whatever, right. And
but
that, I don't think Mason Rudolph, he does have a punchable face, but at the same time,
a punchable face.
I don't think he said it.
And he's a MAGA supporter. But
yeah, and if he is, then whatever. But at the same time,
all right, we'll talk about that later.
Man, look, that's a whole nother wormhole. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't care if a dude is against me politically. If he ain't say that, man, I ain't gonna put that on him. Man.
I don't believe he said that.
I believe in karma.
But to touch on the whole entire situation, because like everybody might not know what happened, because everybody, I don't know who our listeners
is
going to be.
Give them a little wrap up.
But, you know what I'm saying, maybe they not sports watchers and whatnot. So the Steelers and the Browns were playing each other. Mason Rudolph is the quarterback for the Steelers since Ben Roethlisberger is injured. And Myles Garrett, he plays like defensive end or something for the Browns, right?
Yeah.
So Myles Garrett sacks Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph gets upset. You know what I'm saying? They both on the ground. Mason Rudolph tries to pull his helmet off first.
Yeah.
If you see the whole video, he tried to pull his helmet off first.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. So Myles Garrett then pulls off Mason Rudolph's helmet, and he kind of walks away because, like, by this time, it's like all big defensive linemen, offensive linemen getting in the way. So he's kind of like away from him. Myles Rudolph kind of runs up on him. He's still trying to hit him. He's still escalating the situation. And then Myles Garrett takes the helmet that's Mason Rudolph's helmet and he bangs him on top of the head. So my thoughts is that, like, no matter the situation, whether he said what he said, which I don't believe he did, but no matter what he said or not, you hitting another player upside the head with a helmet and they ain't got no helmet on, it's not cool. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Too, a lot of people who you know, because of the situation, and a lot of people who haven't been following football, they forget that Mason Rudolph was knocked unconscious, two, three games ago.
So like concussions in general are a real issue.
Concussions are really, you know, a lot of people who haven't played football, taking it from somebody. I've had a concussion and I've been knocked out cold in high school. Once you have a concussion, a lot of people don't realize is that you're more susceptible to having more in the future. Mm-hmm. So that first concussion basically it's kind of like a bell curve or whatever. Like your ability to get concussions go up and up and up or whatever. So
I'm dealing with that right now on my fantasy football squad.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks
keep getting concussions.
Sterling Shepard. You know, I'm gonna give y'all a heads up, and I hope. You know, I'm the fan of Little Receiverville, USA, so Brandon Cooks, Sterling Shepard, I hope it's not true, but if you look at their concussion history or whatever, they're trending towards retirement right now. I'm just letting y'all know. They're trending towards retirement right now because of concussions and what it does to you or whatever. So,
and to be honest, I wouldn't even blame him. If I was like 5-6 years in, I got like tens of millions and I saved tens of millions, I'm out of there.
Hell yeah.
Done. But that's me. I don't know.
All right. Last part of the news before we transition to your D topic of the week. In impeachment news, according to Megan Vasquez of CNN.com, President Trump has now denied that he directed his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani.
Wait. How crazy does that sound? Denied that he told his personal lawyer. Go ahead.
Denied that he directed his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, to go to Ukraine and seek out investigations on his behalf, which was a contradiction of his own words to Ukrainian president in a released transcript of the now infamous July 25th call.
Not only is it a contradiction
what's your thoughts, bro?
Not only is it a contradiction of the transcript, it's a contradiction of testimony by people that testify in the impeachment hearings under threat of perjury. So my thoughts on that is he's a fucking liar. He lied. That's not true. And like he should be impeached. Like it's just like thing on top of thing on top of thing. And to give a little backstory about what's going on with this thing, this latest thing, is basically he asked, or not even asked, it was more like a demand of sorts. The new president of Ukraine.
Yeah, he did try to like, hey, look, this what you gonna do, player.
Right.
I was
Come on,
looking at Trisco, I'm like, damn.
Anybody that's ever watched a mob movie knew what it was. Like he basically
he don't give a fuck.
Wait,
yo.
Some new stuff came out too. Let me tell you. So basically what he did, Ukraine relies on the United States military aid to defend itself against Russian aggression.
Yeah.
So bro, you got this joint all bogus.
Which is kind of a proxy situation anyway, and we'll get into that too.
Right.
As much as we can, you know, with so much to cover today. But
so Ukraine relies on military aid from the United States to defend itself against Russian aggression.
Now, is Ukraine in NATO? Because I know they were trying to join NATO, and you know,
the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
You know, Russia really ain't trying to have that because of their whole little situation. That's their backdoor situation.
So they need this money. They've been getting this money. This is nothing new. Mm-hmm. So the new president comes in. He gets elected. First thing he wants to do.
Ain't he a puppet anymore?
No, actually, no. That's the thing. That's what's different about him.
Okay.
He's actively trying to root out corruption in Ukraine. So what's Sondland? Sondland was like UN ambassador to the EU. I watched all the impeachment hearings. I got all of it. So he was like, he went and met with the Ukrainian president, and he went back to President Trump and was like, hey, this guy really is going to root out corruption. I think we need to support him. I think we need to develop a relationship with him, blah, blah, blah. All of that good stuff. Mm-hmm. They had a whole delegation. What's Trump's response? He says, Ukraine, they tried to get me in 2016. I don't like them, basically. So, with that as the backstory.
My man be dancing like a motherfucker,
Right.
boy. I swear.
With
He dancing like Diddy, man.
Right. So with that as the backstory.
He be dancing like my man on
He be
87,
dancing like
man.
Diddy.
He be dancing like my man on 87 with the radio.
Right.
Dancing for dollars. That's how Trump be dancing all around his lives. But go ahead.
Right. So with that as the backstory, the new Ukrainian president is trying to establish a rapport with President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a phone call and everything. But before even a phone call happened, President Trump put a stop to the military aid. He put a hold on it. He put a hold on it.
Yeah.
So even a hold on the military aid can have ramifications because, like I said, they need that. That's like somebody saying, "Hey, I give you $100 every Friday, and you count on that $100 every Friday, and then one Friday out of the blue, they like, I ain't got you."
Which
this
is
week.
understandable considering how much we spend on the military and defense or whatever year anyway.
We spend a lot, but that's the thing though. We spend so much. Why would you need to do this?
Yeah.
We spend so much. I don't even want to get that. But anyway,
we blow a bag on defense.
We
as a
send
nation.
we send aid everywhere. So why do you need to do that? But like I said, the reason he wants to do that is because he wanted to get something out of Ukraine first, and that's what he's denying right now.
Yeah.
So he put a hold to the military aid. Then he found out. He found out that the whistleblower. Oh wait, let me go back. He put a hold to military aid. They had the phone call. On the phone call, he's like, "Hey, I need you to do me a favor." So now, if you waiting on this money from this person, and they say, "I need you to do me a favor," can you really say no? Because if you say no, you might not get that money.
Because you got your balls in a vice.
Exactly. That's why it's a quid pro quo. That's why it's bribery, because he couldn't say no. He couldn't say no.
You kind of tight down
if I
there.
need this $100 from Mike, and I'm like, yo, I'm up the creek without a paddle if I don't get this $100.
Yeah.
And Mike come to me knowing that I need this $100. Like, hey, I need you to do me a favor. Can I really say no?
Right.
No. So he like, yeah, You want me to open the investigation on the Bidens? I'm gonna do it. Cool,
Right.
whatever. But in the meantime, after they had that phone call, somebody, one of the whoever the whistleblower is, heard it, or they like heard from somebody that heard it, and they was like, that's not cool because that's against the law. You can't like. You can withhold military aid if you based on like corruption and stuff like that.
Right.
But you can't withhold military aid
For a personal favor. Yeah. That's an impeachable offense.
Right. Yeah. So he withheld the aid. They had the phone call. The whistleblower filed their complaint.
Then he tried to threaten a whistleblower.
Yeah. He found. But wait. What came out like a couple days ago? He found out about the complaint.
Yeah.
Before we all did.
Yeah.
And that's when he released the funds, because he was caught.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it's terrible, bro. He got to get impeached. He's so grimy.
Yeah, my thing is this: we honestly in 2020, the state of America right now, we are basically a sectarian society, right? And that's all fine and dandy, but when you go back to the constitutional principles that we as a nation all discovered some like 200 plus years ago, is that there's certain things that are just unacceptable.
They discovered, but
we know. But in all fairness, the principles that we're all supposed to live by, no matter what you look like, no matter what side you're on or whatever, we're all supposed to live upon together as a nation. There's certain things that are just not acceptable. Yeah. And I think that the best way to look at it is if you transposed Barack Obama, specifically in that situation, you already know.
Bro, they gave Barack a hard time for wearing a tan suit.
It would be impeachable. They
tried to impeach him for wearing a tan suit, bro.
Right. Like, so to put it like that, man, it's just it's like, man, if this ain't impeachable, man, what the fuck is?
I don't know, man.
You know. So let's finish with the news segment, man. Let's dive into D's topic of the week. And I think D chose to talk about our Democratic candidates for millennials in 2020. So what you looking like, D? Who you leaning towards? Who you like?
So
why?
If you haven't noticed...
Because we gonna agree and disagree when it comes to this shit.
All right, we gonna see. If you haven't noticed right by now, I kind of get like...
Because you fucking hate Uncle Joe. We know that.
I get kind of fired up about politics. I don't even know why. It's just interesting to me. So like...
Quick segue. We forgot to talk about this. The most important thing about this podcast. What you drinking right now, kid?
Oh, Jameson. I'm always on the whiskey. Man.
You on J-Mo?
Yeah, always on the whiskey.
Okay. That's all you drinking?
J-Mo and ginger ale, a little splash of ginger.
Okay. I'm off the Henny or whatever, VS or whatever, Bond Special.
Bond special.
Drinking that just a little bit, man. Not too much. And then we got a little Bella Rosé, whatever, a little toast later for the podcast, whatever. Okay. And I also want to shout out my engineer, Jeremy of Mystery Recordings. What's up, Jer? You're doing a fine job, man.
Wonderful job.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're at Mystery Street Recordings. It's a great place. Professional guys.
You're a company man already.
Shit, man. Hey, man.
This is like a commercial break right now.
When we talk about company, man, I think that's gonna kind of like drift into our conversation about what we want as far as president. So, who you leaning toward? You leaning toward Liz?
I don't want to do
you
that.
look
yet.
like a Liz cat.
What
man.
I'm trying to do right
you
now
look
with
like
this
a Liz
segment.
cat, fam.
What I'm trying to you like a Liz cat, fam.
Look at Liz cat, fam.
What I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to be objective. Like, I just want to talk about like the front runners for the Democratic side right now, because what's going to happen is that Trump's going to rerun. He's going to run again, and like nobody's going to contest him.
Right.
They've been kind of pump faking like they're going to like run a challenger for him.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be like no Republican primary. So I wanted to talk about like the Democratic side, because I kind of feel like people kind of and this is just me generalizing, but I kind of feel like people kind of either know they're going to vote blue or red, or Republican or Democrat, and like and like tell you the truth, I'm going to vote for anybody that's not Trump, to be honest with you, because like I feel like he's a detriment to our country. But I just kind of wanted to go over like the candidates, the leading candidates, the front runners for the Democratic side, and kind of touch on real quickly like what each one of those candidates want to do as far as like topics that millennials care about. So climate change, like student loans, and like income inequality, to be specific.
Give me your top three that you're narrowing it down to right now. Who's your three?
Nah, I'm talking about. See, they not my three. All right.
Cause you know we got a lot to touch on today.
I don't have three. I have two. But like,
two.
I'm trying to
I
tell you.
know who they are, knowing your ass.
Because I want a progressive candidate. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want Bernie Sanders, or I want Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, because I'm on the Bernie train.
As much as I don't want to vote for...
I'm not as anti-Uncle Joe as you, though.
Right.
But that's because I'm a union guy. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we get into that. Yeah. But as much as I don't want to vote for, like, a Joe Biden or a Mayor Pete, if it's them or Trump, I'm going to vote for them.
What's up with Andrew Yang? Why you ain't voting for him?
Andrew Yang ain't polling high enough for me to talk about him right now.
Oh, it's a popularity contest, huh?
It always is.
So I'm fucking with you. That's facts, though. It is. Unfortunately, that's what it is.
I'm gonna narrow this discussion down to like, as I checked the polls right before this we start recording. I'm gonna narrow it down to the top 4 candidates as far as like this CNN poll that I checked. Actually, it was Politico via CNN. But I just want to talk about Biden. I want to talk about Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Mayor Pete. I feel like that's it's a nice little segment of the 27 candidates that's running.
Yeah, because it's far too many, man.
Yeah, like anybody I left out is just because they're not polling. I feel like when I looked it up, it was like a big difference between where Mayor Pete is polling. He's like at 14% or something.
You know what
12.
You know what they look like.
Else.
You know what they look like right now. The Democrats, whatever.
Yeah. I just don't want nobody to be like, why you ain't talking about Kamala? Why you ain't talking about Cory Booker? Why you ain't talking about Yang?
You gotta talk about who you like. This is your form.
But the reason I'm just saying, the reason I ain't talking about them because they ain't polling over 4% right now.
Quick. You know what the fucking Democrats look like right now? What? They look like back in the day when Jack Johnson had the title, whatever, as a boxer or whatever. And it was like 37 motherfuckers like, I'll fight him. I'll fight him. And it was just like, boom, boom, boom. And it's like, I don't think that's the best strategy, whatever, with how, you gotta, whether you like Trump or not, you gotta give it to him. He took that W the way he took it or whatever.
Man,
their Democrat strategy right now is nothing like how it was in 08. Because the way they came through in 08, unity, it was fucking flawless. How they got behind one guy.
But I'm gonna tell you, they got behind him when he won Iowa. That's the thing. When you win that Iowa primary, because that's like the first one I want to say.
Howard Dean won Iowa though.
Howard Dean?
Didn't he win Iowa?
No.
When he was like,
Look, we gotta look that up. I'm pretty sure Barack won.
And we never heard from Howard Dean again after that.
We never did.
Yeah, we never heard from him again after that.
But if it wasn't Iowa, it was Massachusetts, one of those early primaries. That's when it really like shakes out about who's really the front runner, because that's who got vote. I'm pretty sure Barack won Iowa, bro, because he was in the cornfields.
No. Barack won Iowa. I'm talking about the Howard Dean situation in 04.
Oh,
he was like, yeah, and then we never heard from his ass again.
Oh, he lost. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. I'm talking about 2008. When
Yo, no,
Barack's
yeah.
first presidential run, he won Iowa, and that's what I'm finna say. Like,
Facts.
when that first primary happens, and you see who people are actually going out to vote for and support, that's when you like, okay, the polls don't really mean nothing. This is who the people want. This is the front runner. But like, yeah, let's get into it though.
Yeah, let's
So,
get
like,
into your candidates and who you like and why.
So-
and what you don't, and then I'll get into mine.
let me give a little quick overview. So like, for one, Barack Obama's not running. Joe Biden.
Unfortunately for all
Joe
of us.
Biden seems to be the front runner right now,
Right.
and like my opinion of Joe Biden is that he really doesn't want to change like too much of the status quo. He kind of wants to nitpick around the outsides and edges of what's currently in place, and make some changes. So like, for instance, for climate change,
Kind of like a Clinton type of world.
I don't even feel like that, bro. I can't even give him that much. I feel like he wanted to just ride Barack Obama's coattails. But whatever though, that's my opinion. I'm trying to
Is
be
that better than
objective.
status quo?
Is that better? Slightly. Slightly. But
Okay, go
it
ahead.
could be much better.
Go
So
ahead.
like, for climate change, he wants to, make investments in to reduce carbon emissions. And really, as far as climate change is concerned, a lot of the top candidates on the Democratic side are pretty much similar. They all
Very
believe in climate change as opposed to the other side. And
I don't see how the fuck you can't believe in science. But
I don't
anyway,
even know.
Go
Like,
ahead.
what? I don't even know, man.
Go ahead,
Don't
go
get me
ahead.
frustrated on that. That's why I don't
Go-
want to talk
go-
about that.
go
side.
back,
Yes.
go.
So, like I said, they want to put on like a carbon tax. They want to reduce carbon emissions. That's pretty much standard on the Democratic side. You're going to see that across all of your candidates. They want to. Let me see. Bernie Sanders wants to invest in like. Oh yeah, he's a not a signer, but he like basically created or co-sponsored. That's what it is. Co-sponsored the Green New Deal, which is basically like a framework for reducing carbon emissions and.
Which I
basically
honestly think is a great idea. By the way.
Yeah. Most
Honestly.
intelligent people think like, yeah, it's a great idea. We got a problem. We need to come together and fix it.
A substantial part of that. I think people are really not understanding how close it really is.
I think most people do though. Unlike the current occupant of the White House, because it's all about money for him. That he don't want to tax no businesses. He don't want to like hinder any businesses for the sake of climate change. And it's like, yo, if we don't get this together, ain't gonna be no businesses. But whatever. Like I said, we're not talking about him.
Go ahead.
So, as far as climate change, you're going to see a lot of like solidarity on the Democratic candidates. I don't think they're going to be like, oh, you're not green enough. I don't think that's going to happen. But where you start to see some differences between these four candidates, Sanders, Biden, Warren, and Buttigieg, is when you start to talk about financial issues. When you start talking about student loans, you start talking about income inequality. That's part of the reason I really support Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, is because they really have really bold ideas on those issues. So when we talk about student loans, and I said we were going to talk about stuff that millennials care about.
Did 95ers care about?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
95ers. So like when it comes to student loans, Bernie Sanders wants to wipe it out completely. Day one, like that's done.
And that's one thing I was definitely gonna bring up. I'm glad you brought it up already. Go ahead. I totally agree with that.
What he wants to do is basically cancel student loan debt. It's like 1.7 trillion or something right
And he's
now.
got a great plan on how he's gonna
Right.
pay back for it.
So what he wants to do is tax Wall Street speculation. And let me go into what
And
Wall
I
Street
think that's a great
speculation
fucking
is.
idea.
Right.
Tell him.
So-
I think that's a great idea. But go ahead.
The way Wall Street works, you have short-term investments, you have long-term investments. Short-term investments are investments that are less than a year. And really, when it comes to Wall Street, they're like day traders. Basically, they take advantage of the arbitrage that happens. And arbitrage is like the volatility, basically, the difference in prices. They take advantage of the volatility on a day-to-day basis. So they're not investing for a long term like someone that's in a 401k or a pension, where you put your money in there and you hope over 20 years, 30 years, it goes up a lot. They're not doing that. What they're doing is they're taking advantages of price differences on a day-to-day basis and using that to make money. If it's and they figured out a way to make money if it goes up or if it goes down. So if they have a stock that they think is in the next day is going to go down, they do what's called shorting the stock, which was basically is they borrow the stock, wait for it to go down, sell it, and pocket the difference. So like, what he wants to do is say, hey, if you're engaging in those kind of activities, the day-to-day trading, the speculation is what it's called, I'm going to tax you higher on that than if you're doing long-term investing, which 90% of America does. So what he's going to do is take that money and then fund his Medicare for All plan, his student loan plan, all kind of stuff, because it's like billions of dollars of Wall Street speculation that happens all the time. So I like that. I think that makes sense. I don't have no problem with that, and I don't have no problem with the government.
The only people that
taxing
have a problem
these
with
individuals
that is the 1%.
Yeah, and spreading that,
and that's been
spreading those benefits to the rest of us.
That's been the biggest issue for a very long time.
Right.
Is the 1%.
Right.
Because we're currently living in basically the second. We're living in part 2 of the Gilded Age. You remember the Gilded Age when you had Rockefeller and Carnegie?
It's aristocrat. What's it called?
Vanderbilt, Cornelius Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're basically living in the situation where the rich get richer and the poor get poor. We're basically living in the Gilded Age part 2. And with Trump being in office, that it was already like that when Democrats was in office. It was like that when Republicans were in office. But the most recent White House, the most recent people in the White House have made that substantially increase.
And let me touch on something else. Like since like I want to say like the 70s or so, the 1970s, all of the new wealth that's been generated in America has gone to the 1%.
Yeah.
And partially, mainly the reason
wages have stagnated.
Right.
And I'm a union guy, so I can explain how wages have stagnated. Me and my dad had to talk about that. We worked in the same profession.
The reason that happens, and I'm gonna segue into Elizabeth Warren, is that people with money, with lots of money, they don't make money on selling their time, on going to work every day for 8 hours like the rest of us do.
Yeah.
What they do is they invest their money, it multiplies and pays dividends, and that's how they make that money. That's called capital gains. So what Elizabeth Warren wants to do is that she wants to tax wealth.
By the way, that's what's happening at my job right now, literally, at Union Pacific. Yeah. That's what's happening right now.
Well, and the capital gains rate is at an all-time low. It's at like 30%. And like back in the 70s, it was like 70% or something like that. And income tax rates were higher too. So what Elizabeth Warren wants to do is she wants to say, hey, if you're someone who's, you had an idea, you started a business, you're Facebook, you're Amazon, and you have over $50 million of wealth, not income wealth, which is completely different things.
Yeah.
That's cool. Congratulations. You got $50 million. The next dollar you make, I want to tax it at 2%.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if
How is that not fair?
Exactly. So if you got 50
like
million,
greed is a motherfucker. You cannot you be like how much, like it gets to a point where like how much money do I need?
Right.
Now?
So
like
if you have $50 million and $1 plus that, you pay 2 cents in tax.
Facts.
And that sounds like not a lot of money, but once she starts taxing above this threshold, it will generate a lot of money that she then wants to take and pay for stuff like student loan debt-free cancellation and like her climate change plans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as far as her student loan plan, she wants to cancel a student loan debt up to $50,000 for everyone that makes less than $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make over that, then it's a lesser amount. But how she wants to pay for it is just taxing everybody that makes $50 million and $1 or more. So it's like so crazy that like when she touts this plan like this, or when Bernie says something like that, it's like, oh, socialism. But
that's
bro, nobody's coming to take right. It's so loaded. Nobody's coming to take your money.
It's a buzzword.
Like nobody's coming to take your guns. None of that. All we're saying is, hey, you did well. It's people out here in this wealthy country that aren't doing so well. You should give back some.
The original Red Scare happened in what, 1919? It's 2019. So it's been 100 years that people have been scared of one word and not really like being educated enough to really like look into each situation and being able to distinguish what socialism was not. Yeah. And honestly, every democratic society has some form of socialism in it.
So let's talk about...
No. We can't delve into that, bro, because we got to get back on ratchet mode at some point.
Okay, so let me wrap up. Let me wrap up.
Yeah, because I got to get into my choices, and I'm making
so Mayor Pete, like I said, his ideas on climate change is pretty much in line with the rest of the Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. But where Mayor Pete and Joe Biden fall off the wagon, for me at least, is that these ideas that Sanders and Warren have, they consider them too radical.
Yes.
And I feel like they're trying to appeal to the segment of the population that maybe might vote for a Republican or maybe might vote for a Democrat. Depends. They can go either way, right in the middle. The independents, basically.
Right.
So with student loans, Mayor Pete, and I didn't even talk about student loans for Joe Biden. What Joe Biden wants to do is just basically make community colleges free, and like, okay, that's great.
That's not doing that. They technically damn near free anyway.
Exactly. Like nobody goes into a whole bunch of debt because they went to community college. Like whatever. But what Mayor Pete wants to do is he wants to make public college free for families making less than $100,000, which, okay, that's cool, but $100,000 really isn't a lot of money if you think about it. If you have a married family and the wife makes $50,000 and the husband makes $50,000, that's $100,000 right there.
Facts.
And like, they still gonna struggle to pay for college. So like, who are you really helping? Yeah. So that's what he wants to do. And then if you make over $100,000, he'll reduce it on a sliding scale as your income increases. So like, I think that's a good plan. But like, what my problem with Mayor Pete is that, and also as far as like income equality, he just wants to lower the cost of living. Basically, he wants to invest in affordable housing and affordable childcare, and he supports a $15 minimum wage. Like, his plans are cool, but at this point, I don't think they go far enough. Right. So that's why I'm not a big fan of Mayor Pete. Right. On top of that, Mayor Pete has a big problem. Black people in South Bend and black people all around the country just about don't mess with Mayor Pete. You can't win the Democratic nomination without black people.
Yeah, the black vote is
find me a Democratic
the black
candidate.
Constituent is very important.
Find me a Democratic candidate that won the presidency with less than 80% or less than 85% of the black vote.
Can't think of one.
And he has a big problem. Like, so if I was going to list my candidates, I want Bernie Sanders. To be honest with you, I think I like made that point. Yeah. I want Bernie. I like Elizabeth Warren. I don't really want to vote for Joe Biden or Mayor Pete, but if it's them or Trump, I'll vote for them. So
gotcha.
That's how I feel on it.
Gotcha. I guess I'll get into mine real quick. Out of the 300,000.
Wait, check the time. Where we at right now?
I don't know. Well, we do got to get back to ratchet time, whatever. So
yeah, I went on a spiel. I went on a campaign speech.
I'll make it quick though. But as far as what I'm looking at right now, I've narrowed it down to 3 choices. I'm leaning Bernie first and foremost ahead of all the choices. I like Bernie because, first of all, he makes sense as far as redistribution of wealth from the 1%.
Oh, that's a bad word, though. That's a bad word.
I don't give a fuck about buzzwords. I don't give a fuck about socialism. Socialism, redistribution of wealth. I don't give a damn if people who are uneducated about what something really means.
I don't even think it's that, though. I think it's...
I don't care. I don't. But really, it makes sense for... It just makes sense. We have to have a middle class. We no longer have a middle class.
That's very true.
We really don't. Tax on extreme wealth, it makes sense because honestly, the taxes of this country are being paid on the back of the middle class that no longer exists. He makes sense what he wants to do with the IRS enforcing that tax. My only concern is tax avoidance, which similar to
that's a valid criticism.
The Bernie plan or whatever has been used in other countries or whatever, and tax avoidance has occurred or whatever. So that's my only issue or whatever.
But that happens today. Like, that happens right now. That's like the NCAA talking about, I don't want to play players because like the best teams are going to get the best players. Okay, yeah. Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky get the best players today.
Yeah, but when you start going into that wormhole and start fighting or whatever, you start to get to a point where you're better off than where we're at right now.
Yeah.
So
that's a valid criticism.
I feel like Liz Warren is really just Bernie.
She is Bernie like
Pardue. She's Bernie Pardue. She does make a lot of sense. The small tax increase or whatever, she wants to start using it. And I'm a union guy. So what she wants to do or whatever, she wants to start using those taxes to build roads, bridges, water systems. One thing I do like or whatever, she's against antitrust situations or whatever. She was against that T-Mobile Sprint merger. That's big or whatever because I feel like you have to have competition in the workplace.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of
we don't
monopoly.
Have enough.
I'm not a fan of monopoly whatsoever. Yeah. The NFL is the only monopoly I'm a fan of, and I think we all.
I'm starting the XFL. I'm bringing that back.
I think that's the only monopoly we're cool with is Major League Baseball and NFL. Yeah. But outside of that, in the actual workplace,
we don't have enough cool. Competition in like wireless or in airlines.
In tech, and that's one thing she's trying to attack, and I do like that about her. One thing I do like as well with me being a railroader is she was a fan of the Safe Freight Act, and what a lot of people don't realize is that in the railroad industry, the Safe Freight Act is basically an act saying that it has to be at least 2 crew members inside of a railroad locomotive cab.
That makes sense.
Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get it down to one person driving the train, one place or whatever, like a truck driver, which... If you ever been a railroad conductor,
you mess up, you tired of something, they getting you out of there.
Nah,
like, yeah.
bro, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work. And also, they just trying to do that because they have to pay less employees or whatever. And
too.
really, that's a safety issue, and we don't have time to really delve into that or whatever. But the fact that she supported that, I'm really good on that. I'm really good about that. One thing I don't like is that she is against legalized gambling, and that's because I like gambling. But you know,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's not enough for me to not vote for her.
But she's not a fan of legalizing gambling, sports gambling, gambling in general.
Wait, let me tell you something else. Your boy Joe Biden, he came out the other day, said he wasn't going to legalize marijuana because he feel like that's a gateway drug.
Well, fuck him.
Joe Biden is still running in 1970 something, Joe. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, one thing I do like about Uncle Joe, he is pro-union. He's been the most pro-union out of all these candidates. And with me being a unionized worker, whatever, I do want to see somebody on the Democratic side actually support that, because we're getting to the point where people are starting to realize they're no longer realizing the importance of unions. And what's crazy is me and you are both on the left, but one thing we do disagree about is about unionized working. And
let me interject. Let me interject. So that's the dichotomy that we have between me and you on our podcast is that Mike is a blue collar guy, I'm a white collar guy. I work in the office. I'm like software engineer. So like, it's not that I'm against unions. I don't think that's a fair characterization. It's not that I'm against unions. I feel like unions have done a lot for the middle class in America. I feel like unions are definitely necessary because you have a lot of gritty people running companies that would squeeze the last dime out of their employees if they could, but they can't because of unions. So I appreciate the work of unions in the history of this country. My issue with unions is that they protect bad and good workers equally. So some people in the union need to get fired. That's my opinion. Like you have teachers, you have like who else are unionized labor? Like police officers. Unions make it hard to fire people that should be fired. That's my issue with unions.
Well, I gotta before we transition to our next, I'm gonna make it real quick. One thing I will say this is, from being a union member or whatever, one thing that does happen is you have an arbitrator or whatever, and usually an arbitrator, they are actually in place to say whether this particular individual should no longer have that job or should have that job, or if the company is wrong. And you do have situations where arbitrators will rule in favor of the company, but also, and they shouldn't have, and you'll have situations where they will rule in favor of the employee where they shouldn't have. My biggest thing is not about union protection in general. My biggest thing in 2020 is that we have a society that is going back to the 1890s, where you no longer want a society with any unions.
Yeah,
and that is what's frightening me. Yeah, that's what's frightening me, because it's certain professions, even though we have moved from a society that's no longer mechanized and no longer industrial based, and it's more so on the tech side, it's more so on the service industries or whatever, you still need unions in certain situations.
Absolutely.
So we're coming to a situation where we have people in power that no longer want unions in general.
Very true.
That's sickening.
That's very true.
And that's frightening.
And I don't disagree with you at all.
And that's my biggest thing. It's not about people that should get fired or whatever, or not or whatever. I get that. And that's what arbitration is for or whatever. And arbitration is, has worked in a lot of union situations. It's worked at my job. It's worked at in Major League Baseball, in the highest levels of labor, and also the lowest levels of labor or whatever. But I think that that's the biggest thing. Unions should exist. We get to a point where we had that Supreme Court situation not too long ago that basically made where it was almost a death knell to unions, and it's just...
Yeah, a lot of companies fight like their employees just for trying to unionize, and that shouldn't be allowed. I agree with you on that.
It's against the law. It really is.
Shout out to the teachers union though. They like wielded their power. Like
I was hungry like a motherfucker driving down 111.
man, you gotta show love to them. I just like the way they came together and like, nah, this is what we need. This is what's gonna happen. They had the bear on the ropes.
Man, sorry guys, we got a little long-winded.
Yeah, let's move on.
In our last
Let's move on.
situation, but you know, we had to.
But that's
we had
how-
to drop our intellectual down.
That's how we always been, man. I told you, like, when you say, hey, I'm doing a podcast, I want you to be on the first episode. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna be there, but we got to talk about some educational stuff too. I want to bring some real stuff to the podcast. I know we gonna party and bullshit and all of that. And
Definitely.
I know you got a lineup coming in, like, episode after episode that's gonna come in here and y'all gonna have a good time. So I'm like, yo, when I'm there, I want to talk about some educational shit. I want to bring some fucking intellectual shit to the podcast. And that's my contribution.
My man's all in his intellectual bag. I can't
Let's
be mad
talk about
at that.
something else, man. Let's talk about something else.
We back in the Ratchet Bag, guys. So everybody's tuning in the Ratchet Bag. Let's go to sports or whatever. We are down to NFL segment. It's the fourth quarter NFL season. So we're going to get into NFL contender or pretender.
Okay.
And we got 4 teams from the AFC and 4 teams from the NFC, and we're going to see.
You split that up.
We're going to see what people think. We're going to see what D thinks, what I think, and of course, everybody at home that's listening, whatever. You know, you can disagree or whatever. I don't give a fuck, but you might agree with some of the things we're saying, and you might agree with a lot of things we're saying. We know what the fuck we're talking about, but let's dive into it. Let's see, AFC contender, pretender. Okay. Oakland / Los Angeles / Las Vegas / wherever the fucking Davis family take it.
Down, man.
The Raiders. Where are the Raiders? Contender or pretender?
Pretender.
Why they pretender to you?
They ain't beat nobody. They ain't beat nobody. They lost, and they lost to the Jets. Like, nah.
Yeah, you lost a mono QB. That yeah.
I don't believe him. I think Derek Carr's playing a lot better, but I still don't believe him yet.
I gotta agree with you. Raiders, no. I gotta say no. They're not a contender at all. Despite them hanging around with the wild card in the AFC, they got obliterated by the Jets, 31-3.
31-3 to the Jets.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
They got the Chiefs and Arrowhead on December 1st. Then they got the Titans, who are actually streaking right now with Ryan Tannehill. Who would ever thought that?
I don't think Ryan Tannehill's a bad quarterback.
He's right. Yeah,
he can be like. He can throw some interceptions, some like that'll hurt the team and whatnot. But
he's like,
if you put a good team around him,
I'll take 95 Steve Bono over Ryan Tannehill.
Would you take him over Mitchell Trubisky?
I'll take my grandmom's over Mitchell Trubisky. But let me finish though. Okay. We got you know what I'm saying. You got they playing the Titans or whatever. The Titans are hot right now. I think they're gonna go 9-7. They're gonna lose the head-to-head with the Titans, and they're gonna lose to the Titans, and then they're gonna go 9-7, and that head-to-head to the Titans is gonna burn them at the end. Mm-hmm. Buffalo is interesting. Very interesting.
So like when I was doing my notes for this, I was like, nah, pretender. It's Buffalo. Don't nobody play football.
What's crazy is we didn't see that. You know what? We talked about this before the game last night against my beloved Cowboys. Yeah. And Dak, what the fuck were you doing last night? But anyway.
So I'm like, Buffalo, like, ain't nobody cared about Buffalo
and they showed the fuck up.
I'm like, ain't nobody cared about Buffalo since Marshawn Lynch left. Like, I'm like, nah, pretender.
Nobody cared about Buffalo since Thomas and Jim Kelly.
No, LT wasn't even Buffalo. He was the Giants. Yeah. But anyway, so like I was finna say, like I was about to say they ain't beat nobody, but man, they showed up on fucking Sunday, whatever day that was. They showed up and took them Cowboys out. Man. So I gotta say,
I was choking on my turkey, man. Dak had me pressed.
I gotta say they contenders now.
Dak, you gotta do better for us.
They 9-3 now.
Dak. Creole brothers, you got to do better for us, man.
I gotta say they legit
on Turkey Day, man.
Hey, you think Jason Garrett should keep his job?
Man, when you're dealing with these particular places where the Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers,
the expectations are higher.
They're calling for your job every day, every single day. It's like it doesn't even matter, man. It's like. Just go ahead. You want to bring in Lincoln Riley so bad, just bring in Lincoln Riley. Just fire Jason Garrett. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But I don't think Jason Garrett is a bad coach.
No,
I don't think he's necessarily a great coach.
That don't mean you should keep your job.
But at the same time, It depends on who they're going to bring in, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
He stuck around with him longer than he stuck around with his boy, his actual college teammate, Jimmy Johnson, who was the best coach he ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just an ego struggle or whatever. That was a dick swinging contest.
That was a pissing contest.
Man, bro, that was a barroom fight. But yeah. I don't think that's going to really affect the Cowboys one way or the other, or whatever. I think it really just Dak needs to be more consistent because
Dak's been playing good though.
Consistent. That's the issue. Because I get it, that Bills D is very good, but consistency.
Shout out to
man.
Shaq Lawson too.
And run the ball.
Shout out
Kellen
to
Moore.
Shaq. Yeah.
Run the ball.
It's Kellen Moore, bro. It's Kellen Moore though. That's the quarterback from Boise State, right?
Yeah, he's the offensive coordinator.
All they did, I'm saying, when he was quarterback at Boise State, all they did was pass the ball. Like,
I don't give a damn what he did with his little noodle arm.
He said, I don't care what they did.
But let's go to Houston.
Houston.
And you know,
Contenders. I'm going to tell you why. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Colts. They showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson's having a really good season. They you already know about Nuck. Like, you ain't even got to talk about him. Will Fuller showed out last week, 140 yards receiving. I think they can be nice.
Absolutely. First of all, Deshaun is my son.
It's my son.
He doesn't know that yet. He's playing very well, having another solid season. He's fucking phenomenal. I like his wide receiving core. Will Fuller, please stay healthy.
I just picked him up.
DeAndre, you're amazing.
Hey, bro, like, hold on.
Kenny
I need to talk about my fantasy squad real quick.
No,
I need to talk
fuck
about
fantasy right now because I'm having a bad year. But Kenny Stills, you're good when you show up. But let's see. Houston upset the Patriots. I think what they're going to do is they're going to run the table. They got Denver left. They got Tennessee left.
They got that one. Oh.
No, I think they're going to know. They actually got them. I'm sorry. They got them ahead. So they're going to upset the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think they're going to run the table. I think because you know what? Belichick has issues with mobile QBs.
Oh, yeah.
He always does. And the last time he played them, he gave them fits. And what was that, 2017? He gave them fits in not Foxborough, but in Gillette Stadium. He gave them fits. They're going to run a table. I think they're going to beat Denver. They're going to beat Tennessee. They're going to beat Tampa Bay, and they're going to beat their last team, whatever. And what they're going to do, they're going to stay in the 3 seed. And they're going to finish 12-4. I think they're going to be 3 seed in the AFC.
They got the Titans twice. They got the the Broncos. They got the Patriots, and they got the Buccaneers.
And then they got the Titans week 17. Yeah. And I think they're going to beat them both times. So I say Houston is a contender.
Okay.
Last one. This is funny for you.
Okay.
Cleveland
pretenders, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
Cleveland's pretenders. Like, they beat the Ravens early on, so I give them credit for that. They lost to the Broncos, though.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think that I know you feel like this because you got like Cleveland is only have your fantasy squad was Cleveland when you drafted and stuff.
Really?
Like,
you really got jokes?
I got to throw that out there.
Son.
The whole Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham like connection ain't been happening. I don't believe them at all.
It doesn't exist.
They just lost Myles Garrett.
And I learned the hard way.
I think they done. I think Baker Mayfield going to be decent. Like, I think he's a solid young quarterback.
Cleveland's
and Odell
done.
is Odell, but I just think this ain't their year.
They lose one game, they're done. So they're definitely a pretender. Even though the AFC 6 seed is up for grabs, they're not gonna get it. Their ass, so they're not gonna get it. Odell literally just got his second TD catch of the season.
Second.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy. Hall of Fame talent. Supposedly Baker's supposed to be that man. Nah. They're gonna lose to Pittsburgh. They're gonna get a W against Cincinnati. Anybody's going to get a W against Cincinnati. I can get the Washington Park Redskins to get a W against Cincinnati. And we were a good team when I played for Washington Park, by the way. Anyway, shout out to Washington Park Redskins or whatever.
Actually, that's the neighborhood I grew up in.
They're going to lose to...
Actually, no, it was Washington Heights. That's the official Chicago name. Whatever. Go ahead, though. I had a condo in Washington Park, though. All right, come on.
They're going to lose to Arizona. I think Collins
lose to Arizona. Nobody fucking loses to Arizona.
Shit.
All right, go ahead.
They're the Browns, man.
Okay, we got talking about Cleveland.
Yeah,
mistake by the lake.
They're going to lose to Arizona, and then they're going to lose to Baltimore, who's on fucking fire.
Gee, you remember we was in Vegas?
They're going to win in Cincinnati, and that's going to make their record 7-9.
Yeah.
Well, no, what about Vegas?
I was in Vegas and y'all was talking shit to that girl that was from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like y'all just met her off top.
I told Shorty straight up.
Mistake by the lake.
Mistake by the lake, man.
Like, man, she was mad cool though.
2 words. Ernest Biner. Anyway, let's go to the NFC. Let's make it quick or whatever. We won't get to our quarterback segment. Minnesota, contender or pretender? And why? And why? In your mind?
Contender.
I think so, too.
First off, you got Dalvin Cook. Like, he's nice. You got a nice receiving core. What's the boy name from used to be the Redskins quarterback? Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins.
Kirk fucking Cousins, the pride of Lockport, Illinois.
He really from Illinois?
Man, we got Mitchell Trubisky, and we got like literally 4 quarterbacks from Chicago that are balling right now.
Right. Kirk Cousins was he been playing nice lately. He been decent.
Yeah.
They beat the Cowboys. They got a quality win. Like,
don't remind me. Okay, but go ahead.
What's their record there? They like 9 and something right now.
I think 8-3.
8-3. Yeah, I think they legit.
They are the 5th or 6th seed in the NFC, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody correct me when you do listen to this?
Yeah, they tied for first in the NFC North, the best division, by the way.
I don't know. The Lions kind of drag it down. I ain't gonna say the Bears, but the Lions, Detroit, and Cleveland. I'm gonna get my wrath on this podcast, by the way. So
I think they're legit. I think the Packers. The Packers got a good record, but I don't think the Packers is good. This Packers team is not as good as previous Packers teams.
They'll make it. Minnesota, I think, is legit. Cousins has been exceptional since Steph Diggs and Thielen got in his fucking ass.
Yeah.
He's been balling.
We ain't disagreed yet. I want to disagree.
He's been going crazy. Kirk Cousins has been in his fucking bag. As far as the schedule ahead, they're going to take an L to the Seahawks. Russell's going to give it to them. They're going to get that W against the Lions.
Russell Wilson is the MVP. Debate your mother.
Before you get on your bro, let me finish. The W. They're gonna get that W against the Lions. They're gonna get a W against the Chargers. Phillip Rivers fell off the map. I think they're going to win at Green Bay.
Okay.
And then don't they got to play Green Bay again? Don't they got to play Green Bay?
Let me check.
I don't know how many times they played Green Bay yet.
I don't know.
But I think they're going to get in. The only way they don't get
they got one more game against Green Bay and one more game against the Bears.
Okay. Yeah.
The Bears.
Oh, my goodness.
We going to talk about them or no?
You'll see.
They lost to the Packers already.
Okay, Dallas now. What you think about Dallas?
Dallas was hard. Dallas is pretenders, bro. Yeah. I know you don't want to believe
Boy,
it.
fuck you.
I don't believe it. Gee, they are now like 0-5 against teams above 500. You cannot be a serious Super Bowl contender, and you can't beat a team that has a winning record.
I'm so annoyed by you because you're making good points. But go ahead.
I'm just saying they're pretenders. They lost to They lost to the Jets too. Come on, man.
That pissed me the fuck off.
Come on.
You lost to mono QB. Like, what the fuck, man?
You can't be legit if you can't be the winning team and you lose to the New York Football Jets.
My answer for this is push. Because Dak has been hit or miss.
Actually, I think I'm higher on Dak than you are. I think Dak's been pretty solid.
I fucking love Dak.
I think the offense goes through Dak now.
It shouldn't though.
Whereas like the previous years, it went through
it needs to go through Zeke.
Yeah. So I think that speaks to how well he's been playing though. But I don't think they're there yet. I don't know what's wrong with them because they should be winning these games. They should be winning some of them. If they even went 500 against teams that have a winning record, I would say, okay, they legit. If you play good teams, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Bro, but they lost all of them.
Bro, Dak is hit or miss. I give you that. I think he'll finish strong. Kellen Moore. My message to Kellen Moore, run the ball.
You got to give
pound the
Zeke
fucking
the
ball.
You got to give Zeke.
You got an all-pro running back.
And you know who else? We ain't going to talk about it right now because they legit. You can't even question them. But the Saints are getting on my nerves.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, my goodness. You got Alvin Kamara. Give him the ball.
Cowboys going to get a W against the... No, I said they was going to get a W against the Bills. I lied. They didn't. They're going to lose to the They're going to lose to the Bears. They're going to beat
lose to the Bears?
The Cowboys going to lose to the Bears.
Bro, if the Cowboys lose to the Bears, they shouldn't even play football no more. And I love my Bears.
The Cowboys going to lose to the Bears. They're going to beat the Rams.
Shout out to my pops.
They're going to win at Philly.
My pops be like giving Cowboys fans hell. He down almost in Texas, but he a solid like Bears fan. Anytime the Cowboys lose, he let them know it. He on Facebook going crazy.
I'm tripping right now. That's my nigga though. But anyway, I say right now Cowboys are push. We got two more.
You only doing that because you a Cowboys fan.
So what? It's my podcast.
I do what I want.
I do what I want. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Ooh, I do what I want.
All right, let's finish up strong and we'll get to our last two topics. San Fran.
San Fran legit. San Fran legit.
Super Bowl, though.
I mean, that's hard to say.
Can they get there? We're saying, not can they win it, but can they get there?
I think so. I think they're legit. I think that, for one, they only lost like 1 or 2 games all season. Let's start there. I think the defense is solid. You can't even question their defense. Every time anybody go to San Fran and try to play them, it's like, yo, such and such is not going to have a good game. Such and such is not going to have a good game. They legit. The question with San Francisco was the quarterback play. And Jimmy G's been like decent.
Porn star Jimmy be throwing me for a loop.
Yeah,
boy.
he been decent, but he ain't been like what you want him to be. He ain't been what he was before when he had the injury. You know what I mean? Like 2 seasons ago.
Arlington Heights Jimmy or Mitchell Trubisky?
Give me Jimmy.
Man, give me Jimmy all day.
Give me Jimmy.
Man.
Like, and then like I said, they hadn't really beaten anyone, so everybody was like, okay, you 8-whatever, you 8-0, you 7-0.
And let's be real,
But
Jimmy ain't great, but he ain't played super bad at all.
No.
He be turning the ball over, but he'll still throw you for a TD.
He lit the Cardinals up.
That's the Cardinals,
Hey,
though.
full disclosure, I got Jimmy on my bench on my fantasy squad, but
Yeah.
I didn't start him the first time he played the Cardinals. He went crazy for like 4 touchdowns. So I'm like, 2 weeks later, he played Cardinals again. I'm like, okay, he ain't gonna have 4 touchdowns.
Facts.
But I'm gonna start him. He gonna give me like 2. You know what I mean? He may not throw any interceptions, maybe throw 300 yards. He went crazy again.
Crazy again.
He went crazy
Why
again.
you gotta whisper, bro? You sound like that creep.
Cause, bro,
Oh,
I needed that. I
man.
needed him to give me that win. He got me that W. Like, yo, like they legit, and they beat the Packers. They got a quality win. That's what I was going to get to. They hadn't beaten anybody.
Man, I don't know who the Packers even are, man.
Yeah, they had, but it's
Packers
weird.
are funny.
It's weird because like if you've been watching the games, the Packers are not as good as they were like 2, 3, 4 seasons ago. But they still like 8-3.
San Fran, I think they're for real.
I think they're for real.
They got a stifling D. They got a 3-head monster at running back. They got Monster, Wilson, and Tevin. They also got Breda. If they ever get him back, I don't know what the situation with that is.
Good pass catching back.
But I think the difficult situation with them is if they drop one more game and then they get swept by Seahawks, then they drop from the 1 seed to the 5 seed. Because that NFC West is fucking tough.
Yeah.
Tough. And people forget about that. So that shift in the 3 games is fucking monumental. Because Russell is in his fucking bag.
Yeah. The thing with them though, I think that like when Seattle and San Francisco play each other, it's like drag out, like crazy, like crazy cracking heads, like it's a like brawl. So like that don't really speak to me. That don't really speak to how good either team is.
Yeah.
Cause like when they play everybody else, it's like, all right, cool, no problem. But it's like when you get in a fight with your cousin or you get in a fight with like your worst rival, it's like, yo, I want to beat him. You know what I mean? Like
perfect example, Rico. That's my brother. But like, what's crazy is Rico would drop 40. Nobody can stick Rico. But then they'd be like, every time we play, Mike, get on Rico, because I'm the one who knows his game. And I get in trouble.
That's exactly
and then
what it is.
Rico be swinging on me and shit. I be swinging on him.
Yeah, and then y'all
after we play, we be
it's
so
all
exhausted.
love. It's all love.
I
like,
love you. I love you, boy.
Right.
Like,
but y'all play each other harder than y'all play each other.
We've played each other like 30,000 times in my pop's backyard or at Drew School or at Abbott Park. Yeah. It's just like nobody knows Rico like I do. Right. So yeah, I get it. It's a backyard
and that's
brawl.
how I feel it is when Seattle and San Francisco play each other.
I say that thing about them dropping to the 5 seed is critical.
Yeah.
They're gonna take an L to B more because LJ's hot.
Lamar Jackson like 50 Cent in like 2000.
We'll get to that. But they're gonna lose the L. They're gonna lose the B more. They're gonna lose the NO. They're gonna get a win at ATL, and then they're gonna lose. They're gonna win at the Rams, and they're gonna lose to Seattle. Seattle gonna sweep them. I'm calling it now.
Rams.
I'm calling it now. Episode 1. Seattle gonna sweep them.
Yeah.
Facts. Pretender, contender.
How we hit everybody?
Chicago Bears.
Come on, man.
Chicago Bears.
Hey, look. I grew up in the city. I grew up on the south side, 95th Street. Like, I love my Bears, bro. I love my Bears. When I used to get my hair cut by the man down the street, he had a Walter Payton poster on the wall.
Neil
I didn't
Anderson
even know.
not walking through that
I didn't
door.
even know. I was born in '85, so I didn't even know about the '85 Bears. He let me know. He's like, hey, you walking in with all this cowboy stuff on. You got your cowboy starter jacket. You got your cowboy hat. Let me tell you about these Bears. Let me tell you. Sit you down, son. And he told me about the Bears. Like, since then, I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to have a little bit more respect for my Bears.
Okay.
I say all that to say the Bears are pretenders. Like, it ain't even close.
Yeah.
It ain't even close.
They
Like,
lost so many NFC games.
lost to the Chargers. The Chargers ain't going nowhere. Like, they did beat the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, man, the defense was better last year. And somebody, I forgot who it was, somebody in the chat was like, yo, the defense is not playing as good because they on the field for so long.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm like, okay, that's a valid point.
Absolutely.
But the fact remains, like, we need them to do something.
Yeah.
We need Khalil Mack to get them sacks and turnovers. We need the defense to score 7 points a game. I'm sorry. Like, that's unrealistic to ask that of your defense. But we need that.
We need that.
Because our offense is trash.
I say, I got to agree with you, bro.
Allen Robinson been balling, though.
I say the Bears are pretenders. They're done. Too many NFC losses. They have to win out to even have a chance. Eagles and Ram losses are fatal wounds. You got Dallas December 5th. That's give or take. Both teams are kind of figuring themselves out right now down the stretch. They don't
Where's
know.
that game at?
That game's in Chicago. It's at Soldier Field.
Okay.
So that
We
game
got to see how Dak do in the cold weather.
That game is hit or miss right now. They got the pack December 15th.
L.
You never know.
L.
You never know.
L. That's an L, bro.
Son. But,
That's an L.
No, I don't know. Because they fuck around and they split with the Packers every year. They've been splitting since like 2015. You got KC. I think that's going to be the death knell.
L. Come on, man.
They got KC. That's going to be the death knell.
I got a question for you. When
They're
going to
beat Minnesota, and then
I'm not sure of that.
They're gonna go 9. They're gonna go 9-7 or 8-8.
I'm not. I can't with confidence say that's going to happen. I got a question for you though.
Okay.
Is it time for the Bears to move on from Mitch Trubisky?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was a sexy, like, oh, let me think about it question, but I guess not.
Man, that question was about as sexy as the lunch lady in grammar school.
Shout out to the prep.
Getting your super donut ready.
Shout out to the prep.
At
Southside prep.
11:15 a.m. on a nice April Tuesday afternoon.
Shout out to Gwendolyn Brooks.
Shout out to the Salisbury steak that Vanderpool Magnet School used to give us.
99 to 03.
95th and Prospect. Them Salisbury steaks from Vanderpool was fucking terrible, man.
I ain't never ate a Salisbury steak. I'll be honest with you. I always throw them shits away.
And then we used to have lunch in the gym at Vanderpool, man. One time I
had lunch in the church basement.
Man, one time I threw one of them steaks at like the fucking wall one time, man.
I ain't never
my
eat
basketball
shits,
coach
bro.
was like, "What the fuck?"
My mom used to be mad at me.
This shit
Let me say, my mom used to be mad at me because like she used to pay for the lunch.
Yeah.
And she used to ask me like a good mother, like, "Yo, how was your lunch today? Like, what'd you eat?" You know, I'm like, I ain't eat that shit. And she like, "Wait, I paid for that. Like, if you ain't gonna eat it, let me know." I'm like, I ain't gonna eat it. Like, that shit used to be crazy. Like, I ain't fucking eating no Salisbury steak, bro.
Facts. Let's man, we've been going crazy. Let's get into a very, very important topic.
What are we talking about?
Right now, let's talk about the current, since we're on this NFL, let's talk about the golden age of black quarterbacks, because I think that's what we're going through right now. So
I was doing my research. There's a lot of black quarterbacks right now.
I know. This is fucking amazing. Like, I'm going to have a son, and he's going to be able to like be like, I don't have to be a wide receiver. I don't have to be a running back. I don't have to be a DB. I could be a fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
And you know what? My dad was able to tell me that, but at some point I felt, hey, they was going to put my ass in a slot, which they did. They was going to put my ass over here, which they did. And now it's like, hey, we going to keep your ass there.
I got a good analogy.
We going to keep your ass there.
I got a good analogy.
Guess what? We put my godson, your son, Logan.
Shout out to Logan John.
Shout out to Logan John, my godson.
I'm gonna brand that.
My best friend's son.
I'm a father, bro.
You're a father, bro.
Shit crazy.
You're a damn good father, man. I'm proud
I'll
of
be
you, bro.
trying, bro. I'll be trying.
Hey, man.
I ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Hey, real quick. We ain't gonna get all touchy-feely and all that sensitive shit, but my bro's doing a great job with his son or whatever. But, bro, your son would be like, hey, I could be a quarterback, and I ain't gotta worry about it affecting me. Only thing I gotta worry about is my ability stopping me from being a quarterback.
I got a good analogy. Like, I feel like when we were kids, like your parents used to be like, "Yo, you can be whatever you want to be. You know, whatever your heart desires. You could be president."
Yeah, facts.
And we're like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I can be president." And then in the back of your head, you be like,
"That's bullshit."
she said that because she loved me.
Like, moms, get the fuck out of here.
Like, I know she want me to do my best and all.
I love you, baby, but yeah,
president, come on, like, let's be real.
Niggas, hey, we was like 5 years old. Right. Like, Mom, stop lying to me.
Right.
Like,
you ain't gotta gas me up that hard. Like,
let me go.
87 is cool, but 93, whoa.
Let me go back to acting like Bo Jackson real fast in the backyard. Like, I'm gonna do my Tecmo bullshit. Right. Like,
and then Barack showed up.
Barack showed up.
And I was like, okay, maybe you're right.
And that's what we got now. We got Russell showing up. Mm-hmm. We got Deshaun showing up. We got LJ showing up.
Yeah.
We got a couple. We got Jacoby Brissett showing up.
Y'all don't be giving enough love to Teddy Bridgewater.
We got Bridgewater showing up on the bench.
Pat Mahomes, Kyler Murray.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? The game is looking very progressive. Yeah. So give me your 5 quarterbacks, your top 5 brothers at QB, and what you like about them.
I'm about to tell you something
think.
Really interesting. Okay,
sure.
When I was doing my research for this, I'm like, okay, I know we got a lot of black quarterbacks. We got Lamar, we got Russell, we got Deshaun Watson, Teddy Bridgewater, Jacoby Brissett, Dak.
Where you going with
Pat Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Jameis, Dwayne Haskins. Yeah. I was like, yo, we got a shit ton of black quarterbacks. Right. Okay. Yeah. But let me look up the best quarterbacks. Okay. Who got the best quarterback stats right now?
Let's go.
The top 5.
Because I got my numbers over here.
The top 5.
I got my numbers over here, kid.
Look, check me. If I'm wrong, get in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. I want to hear you.
Okay.
The top 5 quarterbacks by total QBR right now are all black. It's Lamar.
Yeah, that's
in order. It's Lamar.
Then Russell second.
Nope. It's Pat Mahomes.
How? No. QBR or passer rating?
Total QBR.
Because total QBR, I would expect Russell because of his rushing stats. Because it's a difference between passer rating and QBR.
I understand that.
Just like you know,
when I did my research, this is what I found.
I trust you, kid.
Lamar Jackson. Okay. Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
Russ is 3rd.
Okay.
Dak and Deshaun Watson. Those are the best 5 quarterbacks right now by total QBR.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with you because I am thinking in that same range. And you literally, I think you named my top 5, but I want you to go with your top. You know what? I'm gonna shoot it off. I'm gonna go with my top 5, and then I'm gonna let you.
So when you say your top 5, I feel like that's preference. That's like who you like the best. And okay, we can talk that.
We can do both. We can do 5. We can do top 5, and we could do favorites as well.
We could. I feel like when you say top 5, that's just statistics. And unless I got my research wrong, those are the top 5 by total QBR.
But I would say this also: statistics does affect your personal rankings or whatever. So, so
I think the best QBRs.
This is my rankings for the top 5 brothers. This QBing right now. So. This is my personal. It's not the best, but it is kind of similar to what I think is the best, but it's not the same, and I'm able to differentiate the two. Okay. This is my top 5 favorites right now. Russell Wilson, right now, he's got 3/4 of the season, over 2,900 yards or whatever on passing.
Russell been balling. How many interceptions he got? Russell been balling.
67% completion percentage. That's fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Anybody that knows a 67 completion percentage is fucking phenomenal. 24 TDs. He got 3 picks. That ratio of 24 to 3 is fucking.
3 picks. That's what I was trying to look up.
24. 3 picks.
I knew he didn't have a lot of picks.
That's fucking phenomenal. 24 to 3 is phenomenal. A passer rating of 112. His total QBR is 74.1. Now, I will say this. Total QBR, for people who don't know, total QBR and passer rating are very similar stats. The only difference is that total QBR does factor in other things. What you're doing, like second and third down, how many yards you get or whatever, which is important. And it also factors in how effective you are as a quarterback when it comes to running. Russell's running has been down this year, but that is also that is not a detriment. That is a sign of how well he has performed in a pocket. And if you look at the eye test, him in the pocket has been phenomenal. the way he has been reading defenses, the way he has looked off guys, the way he has stayed steady. Man, he has made those receivers, DK Metcalf, he has made Tyler Lockett a Pro Bowl receiver. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Russell was my MVP for the longest, and he still might win it because you already know Russell gets stronger down the stretch. But LJ got the MVP
It's got to
right
be
now.
one of those two. It's got to be Lamar or Russell. It's got to be.
My number two, that leads me to number two, LJ.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson. This is through Sunday. This is not considering yesterday where he fucking balled out or whatever. But he got 2,427 yards passing, 24 TDs and 5 picks. No, that is counting Monday. Okay. 24-5. That fucking ratio is phenomenal. You got to remember, people were telling this kid that he couldn't even pass last year.
They were telling him he
couldn't
to be a
pass.
receiver.
Hey, that leap is exponential.
Mm-hmm.
Give him his credit, man. A 106 passer rating, 78.2 QBR. That's both the highest in each category. 781 rushing yards, 6 TDs rushing. He's MVP right now. And I hate to say it because Russell is my other son. Deshaun's my son and Russell's my other son. Hey, Russell had it until the last 2 weeks, and I got to give it to LJ right now.
Russell was on bye like last week or the week before that.
This kid is something different, man.
Yeah, he's solid. He's solid.
And then I got to give LJ this. He slayed Brady, Russell, and Deshaun all in 1 month. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Deshaun, 28.99 on the passing yards, 20-7 on the TD to interception ratio. That's fucking phenomenal. 103 passer rating. That's fucking phenomenal. He's clutch. You saw what he did in New Orleans game. He put his team in a position to win when he hit DeAndre Hopkins. And man, he's taking a fucking punishment, stood in there in the pocket. He played through pain the last 2 years. He's tough. He's brilliant. He's fucking a leader. I love this kid. I love everything about him. I love his moxie. I love everything about Deshaun, man. Yeah. I do want to see improvement in the playoffs. I am concerned about that. He's got to get over that playoff hump. The Texans as an organization got to get over it, but he himself will be the one to do it, and I think he will. Dak, I know you think I'm down on Dak, but I'm not. Dak numbers are phenomenal. 34-33 on the passing yards, 21-10 on the TD interception ratio, 100 passer rating. I need him to be more consistent. Because when he's good, he looks good. Mm-hmm. But when he is bad, he looks so confused. And he just got the confused light-skinned nigga look on his face. Like, how we all be looking. And Dak, we don't need you to do that on national TV. Stop looking like us confused. We don't need that. So I need Dak to be more consistent, but he's a phenomenal player. And anybody that says that he's not...
Oh, he's dope.
They are Cowboy haters, and it is what it is. But I need him to be consistent. I really do. Number 5 is going to throw people for a shot because Jacoby Brissett has had a good season. But my number 5 is Teddy Bridgewater. 5-0. 5-0. He doesn't have a loss.
I need the Bears to go get him, man.
I do.
I need the Bears to go get him.
And what he had 5 stars. He had 1370 on the yards. He had a 9-2 touchdown to interception ratio, which is pretty fucking good. 98 passer rating, which for people who don't follow football, that's very good. Mm-hmm. All in 5 starts. He's a leader. He's efficient from the pocket. Him in the pocket is the way he bounces around.
Let's talk about his comeback story, bro.
You gotta
was the man. He
almost got his leg amputated.
Yeah, he was the man in Minnesota. He was their franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
And he got hurt. His knee got messed up really, really bad. They was talking about like he ain't gonna play again type stuff.
People forget that he almost lost his leg. For him to bounce around in that pocket and not get sacked, like other guys who never had an injury like that, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's going to get a big contract after this year.
Does he stay in New Orleans though?
He has.
I think he likes it there, but I just don't know if he stays.
He has an abundance of options.
Yeah.
This young man is living in abundance, and I'm happy for his comeback. But I'm also happy to watch him play because it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater's been a pleasure, brother. And those are my 5, and it's D. Do your thing. Who's your 5 right now?
My 5. I don't know, man. Hold on. I think We talking about favorites right now? My
Your
favorite
5 favorite brothers that's QBing right now. Just taking over the
number
game.
one, Pat Mahomes, man. Like he's just like
I love
he
Pat.
make it look easy.
I was gonna pick Pat, but
Like I like
goodness.
players
That's
in all sports that
I
make
love
it look
Pat.
easy.
Yes.
Cause like you know what I'm saying. I played football for like a year, like barely.
Yeah.
But like I played basketball 4 years in high school, and I know like when you go out there and you competing against other players that want it just as bad as you, it ain't easy.
Yeah.
But he go out there and he just have fun. He just making it look easy. He off one leg. He
just
throwing
have
it.
fun.
He throwing it sideways.
have
Like he
fun.
throwing it this way. I love watching Pat Mahomes, man. So Pat Mahomes is my favorite right now. And then Russ go hard, man. Russ does everything right.
Hey man, shout out to Sierra, man. Everybody was talking like wild, crazy shit about you, baby. Whatever you doing to Russ, you making my boy happy.
Russ
he playing
does-
good. Hey man, y'all gotta stop hating on Sierra, man.
What's
Clearly,
it got to do with anything?
I
Russ-
don't fucking know. I like to see people happy in life,
Russ
man.
does everything
Clearly, the
right,
sister's
man.
doing something good with the brother.
Russ makes
'Cause
the
he's
right
happy.
reads. Look, Russ makes the right
The
reads.
Sierra curse ain't real.
Russ tucks
Clearly.
it. Russ tucks it and
I
runs
said
it
it.
when he needs to tuck it and run it. Russ checks down when he's supposed to check down. He throws it deep when he's supposed to throw it deep. And he got married and married Sierra. Russ does everything right.
Yo, I got a crazy trick question.
What's up?
What NFL quarterback prior to Russell, who does he remind you of, if anybody?
Yo, I knew you was gonna put me on the spot. I'm gonna say like
That's tough, ain't it?
like a Warren Moon type.
Woo! That's a good fucking choice.
Yeah, like a Warren Moon. Like Warren Moon was a stand-up dude. He did everything right. Like Warren Moon. I'm gonna say that. Russ ain't going to like the Canadian League, but like a Warren Moon.
That's a great choice, and that's actually his mentor.
Yeah.
I would say he reminds me of Joe Theismann times 5.
Okay.
Like the accuracy, the toughness, the little man syndrome, the strong arm,
He just show up.
And,
like he ain't. I was looking at he got like one of the like longest like
and the ability to move around. Like Joe Theismann. Joe Theismann had all of
Russ
that. But
is solid. You would love like
Joe
look,
Theismann had all of that, but he didn't have like Russell's like the
I gotta
athletic
sidetrack.
ability of Russell.
Right.
Like the arm,
I got
the
sidetracked real quick.
legs.
I got sidetracked.
It was just
real quick.
insane. Russell's on another level.
On
But
an interpersonal
definitely
level.
Theismann was fire.
Yeah, on an interpersonal level, Russ is mad corny, and it'd be crazy because I be on Twitter. I be on Twitter a lot.
He's stepping his game up,
Right,
though.
he is, but I be
My
on
man
Twitter a
stepping
lot.
his game up.
And like women be like, "Yo, why do men call Russ like corny? It's because he like is in love with his woman and all that." I'm like, nah, there's plenty of people that's in love with their woman, black, white, whatever.
Yeah.
Russ is corny because he do shit like he tuck his fucking polo in. He's just corny, like he got no swag, but he's a hell of a quarterback.
Yo, Russ, if you need a stylist,
Yeah.
you can give me a call. My number is
Bro, be wearing, like,
773 blah 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 blah
Bro,
blah
be wearing
blah blah blah.
stonewashed
I hit
jeans
you in
with
the
fucking
DM.
like New
Hey,
Balance
Russ.
sneakers. I wear New Balances though. I ain't gonna even shit on New Balance. But
I'm
we wearing
from
stonewashed
95th Street in
jeans with
Chicago.
ugly white sneakers
I've been
and
doing
everything.
this stylist thing for quite a long time. I'm styling myself, styling a lot of brothers in the hood. You know,
Yeah, my
been bagging a lot of sisters. You know, with my wave. You know, Russ, give me a call.
give me a call.
Give me a call.
You shooting your shot right now?
Scooter the
You
guy.
shooting your shot right now,
hey,
Russell
man.
Wilson?
Hey, Russell, I'm proud of you. But if you need a stylist, Scooter the guy. Hit me up, bro.
But look, let me finish. So like my
Finish
top.
up.
Let me see.
Who you got, God?
I said Pat. I said Russ. Lamar Jackson. I just like the way he showed up on the scenes. Like, nah, I ain't playing running back.
LJ's a dog.
I'm a quarterback. This is what I do. Like,
Yes.
he showed up. Like, I like that. I like dude, man. Who else? Let me see.
You
I gotta throw in my guy, man. And he hurt me, man. He hurt me deep when I found out he was a MAGA supporter. Tom Brady's still the man.
So he's your fifth?
He's my fourth.
I don't even know how much of a MAGA supporter he is.
I don't know either.
It's like I think that he knows Trump personally, but I don't know how much of a supporter he
know.
is. It's weird.
But he a
it's
dog,
weird.
though.
And you know my Michigan ties is fucking with me,
It's
man.
weird. He a dog still.
He's still
At
a
like
dog.
42 or something.
He's having
still
a tough
dog.
season, but he's still a dog.
He's still a dog.
And you know what? In all fairness, 95 podcasts. We're gonna deal with this. We're gonna talk about these difficult.
Invite me back when
Intricacies-
we start talking about MAGA.
We're gonna talk about these intricacies that are very difficult in American society to talk about. When it comes to athletics, when it comes to politics, when it comes to race relations, when it comes to drugs, when it comes to
Invite me back for that one.
All the stuff we talk about, we're going to talk about these tough intricacies where these things mix, and it's just hard to fathom or get a grasp of from everybody. But guess what? We are for everybody, and guess what? If we say something you don't like, keep listening, because we are not against you.
Hey, you trying not to offend your political connects right now, man. If you mess with the current occupant of the White House or his movement, I ain't fucking with you. Like, that is what it is.
Man,
I don't
shut
even
up, bro.
care,
You've been fucking with me since 1999.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking because I know you don't fuck with them. Like,
this is what I'm
saying. I don't care, man.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm here for open dialogue. That's what I'm saying. And if I gotta check somebody, I check her. But at the same time,
well, we got to talk about if you think that like what's happening on the border is okay. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
We
talking about quarterbacks right now. We talking about quarterbacks. Yeah. Who did I say? Like my number one,
D on fire. D on fire right now.
My number one was Pat Mahomes. My number two was Russell Wilson. My number three was Lamar. My number four was Brady, and my number five. Oh, that's hard. My number five.
D feeling that passion.
Just because I feel like, as much as I hate their team, he's so good. It's still Aaron Rodgers. It's still Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you know what? Aaron is not one of the top five in my opinion right now.
We ain't talking about statistics. We talking about favorites.
Oh, your favorite? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of combined them.
You did. That's why I gave the statistics first.
I can't tell you you're wrong.
And we said
I can't tell you you're wrong.
If the game's on the line, like Dak Prescott's had a great season, but I want Aaron Rodgers.
Fact. Okay.
You know what I mean? If it's a 2-minute drill, 2-minute, you know what I'm saying, 2-minute warning, like, yo, go down there and give me a touchdown. I want Aaron Rodgers. And I'm sick because like I'm a Bears fan through and through, but Aaron Rodgers is that dude. Like, if it's on the line, I want Aaron Rodgers. So I gotta put him in my top five.
Gotcha. Hey man. Hey. That quarterback segment was very, very, very fire.
Yeah.
Let's transition. We almost finished, guys. We're gonna wrap it up soon or whatever. Let's go into sneakerhead segment or whatever. We're definitely sneaker enthusiasts to the T. Almost ridiculously. Fourth quarter releases for November, December, and January. So 2019 going into winter of 2020 or whatever. We're going to talk about Copper drops. We're also going to talk about what's in your current rotation, what you rocking right now. Good,
bro, I'm washed,
older sneakers, newer sneakers or whatever. This is definitely a sneakerhead section. So, D, what you been rocking right now? Right now,
I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Right now, it's November in Chicago.
Check the date.
It's late November in Chicago. No snow on the ground, which is kind of rare.
We had snow for a second.
What you been rocking right now on the streets? You live in Pilsen. That's a neighborhood where you do a lot of walking around.
Bro, you can't tell anybody. I might say something to piss somebody off, and now you just let them know I be in Pilsen. Nah, I'm just fucking
you take my jammy home. I mean, shit.
Nah, it's good. I'm a classic dude. Like, I'm still rocking the Stan Smiths. I got the Stan Smiths with the green bottom, Stan Smiths with the navy blue bottom.
Yeah, and all I mentioned was that,
Nah, I'm fucking around.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay.
So I'm always gonna be on the Stan Smiths.
Facts.
I'm rocking. I still got my bread ones. Them classic right now. I'm still on those. Man, what else though? Like on the day to day, yo. To be honest, man, I be up in the office, yo, and it's crazy. Like I love my job. I be like, I can wear whatever I want. I work in the office, but I can wear whatever I want to work. So I be in there with J's on. So I be in my bread sometimes.
Facts.
They just brought the bread 11s back out. I've been had them.
So shout out to my boy James. James loved them fucking bread. Lace,
Jimmy
You
was
love
on
them fucking
yo,
bread 11s.
Jimmy was
You
on
on your
Twitter
second
with
pair?
Jimmy was on Twitter with the Air Jordan.
Didn't he get them Travis Scotts?
Yeah,
Lace got them Travis
with the yellow laces. I seen
I
you
saw
though.
him on November. Hey, kid, I saw
Them
you.
joints was
I
hidden,
saw you
bro.
in November with the Travis
Them
Scotts.
joints was hidden.
I see you, baby boy.
I need them, man.
I see you, kid.
He be on his reseller game, but I be trying to hit him like, yo, if you get like this, don't even resell it. I pay the charge and give it to me.
like-
and bro be hitting me like,
gotta,
nah,
like-
bro, I can't even let you do that.
I can't
Like,
do
what?
resell. I love sneakers too much. I can't resell them. Like I gotta like I gotta like sell like breakfast sandwiches or some shit.
Breakfast sandwiches.
Or like Coke or something.
just copped some-
I gotta sell
hey,
something
I
I
just
don't
copped
like.
something
I gotta
today.
sell something I don't
Yeah.
like.
I
Yeah.
just copped something today, and like if the price go up, you can have them.
So D, what's in your personal rotation right now in
Like I said,
November in
I'm-
Chicago with no snow?
Like I said, I'm on the Stan Smiths. I'm on the.
You always been
Red
a
11.
you was a Stan Smith cat when we was in high school.
Yeah,
nigga.
I like them. I like the classic joints, man. I be rocking my New Balances to work. You
You're
know
more
what I mean?
low top than I ever been.
Yeah,
Facts.
I like the low tops because I don't know. It fit well with my style. You know?
True. My personal rotation right now, I've been rocking a hell out of my Yeezy Boost, my Tefras, my 700s. It just oh my goodness, it's just the touch on them. They go with everything. Anything skinny jean wise, they fucking the cut on the bottom of the jean just goes perfect with them. What else? Air Max Gold 97s.
You got them on right now.
Yeah, I got them on right now. I have this little weird little shift where I go from low top to high top. I'm a high top. I'm not gonna buy a low top for a year or two, and then I have that same thing where I'm low top.
I
I'm not
slept
gonna
on
buy a high
those,
top for a year.
Those Silver Bullet 97s. I should have copped those.
The Silver Bullets, man.
I like them.
I got man, they're really dope. Whatever. I feel like I should always have one silver sneaker and one gold sneaker.
Yeah.
That's like a everyday sneaker that I can always go to. What was crazy is the Air Max 97 gold that I got on right now. I think I'm gonna make them into baseball cleats for my baseball season next year.
Okay.
So if I do, I'll put that on my the 95 podcast Instagram, guys, so you can see it. It'll be fire. Y'all already know it's gonna look good. But I'm thinking about doing it because they still look good, but it's like that might be a little fire.
They gonna be done once you do that.
Hey man, hey, if I steal 3 bases in these boys, hey, I'll be fine. I'll be fine with it. But currently my rotation is my Air Max 97 golds, my Yeezy 700 Tefras, and 6-inch Wheat Tims. Oh, they go.
I got on the black joints right now.
You can't go wrong.
I need some wheats though.
Oh my goodness, the Wheats you can't go wrong. I can kick a nigga in the shit whenever I want to. As soon as I put them on, I just feel, man, play that West Side Gun, play that Conway, put them shits on, put my socks hat on. Hey, I'm feeling good.
Crazy, we both
That's
showed
my
up
rotation
in
right now.
socks caps today.
Absolutely. Shout out to the White Sox. I think 2020 gonna be a good year. They gotta get rid of Renteria.
They signed the big dude. Dang.
Yeah, they signed my man's
Dang, what's
the catcher.
Yeah.
I was kind of concerned about that
bag
because
though.
I was kind of concerned though. You talking? I was concerned about that because McCann had a great season with them, and McCann was finding himself in Detroit. And then when he came to Chicago, he got in his bag, offensively and defensively. He hit 300. Then on the defensive side, I watched those games. McCann was a human backstop. It was times those guys were throwing fucking shitty ass curveballs that wasn't breaking in the dirt. And he just boom, boom, boom. Hey, that motherfucking chest probably hurting right now. I like McCann. I like the signing of
I'm trying to look up who boy name.
I think is he from the Astros?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not a bad signing, but I really fell in love with James McCann.
Okay.
Because just the way he played last year, the way he played, especially early in the season, when he played in that Cleveland series.
Yeah, Yasmani Grandal.
Yes, Brewers.
Yeah.
Brewers, that's where he came from. He came from the Brewers. And he can fucking rake. But I want them to keep McCann. McCann is a free agent. Reinsdorf, sign McCann. Please. Sign McCann, please.
That was a hard ass swallow. Oh, you heard? I heard that shit. That was a hard ass swallow.
This Henny ain't gonna drink itself. Let's finish up, man.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter releases.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about. We was talking about sneakers. We got back into sports. We was
Back
talking
in
about
the sneakers. First quarter 2020, fourth quarter 2019 releases. Copper drop.
Okay.
Let's see if what you think. And let's go from there, kid. You ready?
Yeah, what you got?
Yeezy 500 Soft Vision.
That's a no for me. I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me why.
I really want some Yeezy 500s, but with the Soft Vision, well, actually, the Soft Vision's got the mesh on the mid, and that's cool. But I don't really want purple sneakers. So like, I want some 500s, just not those.
500s are like.
I know you don't like 500s. You like the 7s. You like the 700s. I want the 5s though.
500s.
They look like the Kobe Crazy 8s. They got the same soles as Crazy 8s.
Man, 500's crazy. It's like sex from the side. It's like hit or miss.
It's like sex, but you would take it.
I take it, like baby.
You would take it.
like baby, we could do it from the side, but it's like it depends on the woman. It's like you know,
act like you ain't. You
know how like no. Hey,
I don't want it from the side.
You know how like sex from the side, it could be hit or miss depending on the woman. Like them 500s is like depending on the colorway.
Yeah.
So it's like sex from the side. It's like
that's very true.
It's like one woman. It's like damn, whoa, oh shit, oh damn.
I wish y'all could see the face this dude is making right now, man.
Like baby,
I wish y'all could see the face.
This shit corny as hell. Like let's find another intimacy route for us. Okay, cool. Nike Field Guy Oatmeal dropped on November 2nd.
Those are so fly. They so fly. They're not for me though. They go back to like we was talking about earlier. Like they cool, but it ain't quite my style. But they fly though.
Shouts out to Jerry Lorenzo. Shout out to Jerry Manuel. Two Chicago icons. The oatmeals are. I do like the way they look. The Fear of God model itself, I'm not a big fan of because it just doesn't fit me. But I think it's a wonderful model.
You frowned up when I said that. I'm like,
because
they cool. No, they fly as hell, but they're just not me.
Time out, because I know that the Fear of God model itself doesn't fit me. But I think it's still a dope creation. Yeah, I could see something outside of myself that looks good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kendrick Lamar React. Dropped November 5th.
So here's the thing. I want some Nike Reacts.
The Nike React.
Yeah, I want some Nike Reacts.
The Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I want some Nike Reacts. I don't really like the Kendrick Lamar ones though.
Tell me why.
Like the toe is like black and white on one side and the other. I don't really like that much. Yeah. That was like the team. You remember the Team Jordans back in the day? The first ones that came out, it was black and white
in '97. Yeah. When in '97.
Yeah.
They had the one with it was like white in the background and the toe was black, and then it had another one where the background was black and the toe was white.
Yeah, I ain't really like that.
Yeah.
So like that's how I feel about those. But like I want some Nike Reacts since I ain't really care for those too much.
Okay, facts.
I ain't say yeah.
I'm like I could rock with it. That's a cop for
them
me.
Low tops. You don't even like the low tops like that.
That's a cop for me. Air Jordan 8 and 7 they dropped November 17th. November 7th.
Those are cool, but I got some 8s in the crib. I don't really need no more 8s.
You got a skinny ass foot. You never really like 8s anyway.
I like 8s.
When we were roommates, you didn't like 8s anyway.
I like 8s. I like the 8, but I like classic looking sneakers. So I like if I got
you cop like one pair of 8s, fam.
And that's good. I'm good. I don't need another pair of 8s.
Hey, when we was roommates, we copped a lot of fucking Jordans.
Bruh.
Hey, we had quick story before we get back to the shit.
We was copping Jordans. Like
somebody tried to break in our crib when we were living together, and We had literally like $20,000 worth of sneakers in our crib.
That shit was crazy.
And we was like, so I ended up finding out. I came back to the house. I went to Hyde Park for lunch. I came back to the house. My man's
Shout out to HP.
No. Hey. Shout out to my boys Chino. I hate to drop names, but when it's real shit, fuck it. My man's pulled
I hate to drop names, but I'm gonna drop a name.
When it's real people getting down, my man's pulled the jammy on somebody trying to go on my joint and trying to go in our joint, and scared, bewildered everybody, and they got the fuck up out of there. And what ended up happening is I walked up in the house. He told me what happened. He was like, yeah, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, boom, 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 boom. And we had like a value of like literally about like 20K in sneakers. It wasn't bad. But I called Derek on FaceTime. He was at work with AT&T.
Bro, we should have done them names. No,
hey, shut up, bro. You don't even work for them anymore.
I know.
But
bro.
I was at Union Pacific. I was about to go to work, switch some railroad cards out. He was like, what they get? I'm like, nothing, bro. He was like, I'm like, bro, I thought about it. We had about like 20K in sneakers in the fucking crib, yo. We wildin'. We got to do something better than this. He was like, yeah, son, yeah. But, hey, shout out to my boy Chino, man. That's my bro to this day.
We fucked up. I'm gonna tell you we fucked up.
My boy handled that shit.
We threw that big ass barbecue, man. We got like a 3-bedroom condo and shit. That shit in Chicago.
Oh, shit.
In Chicago, a 3-bedroom condo ain't shit. That ain't even big, bro.
Goodness.
That ain't no crib. That ain't nothing. They ain't even no townhouse. Like, it was really like 2.5. It was like 2.5 bedrooms.
We legit had the
We must have put 1,000 people in there.
You know what? We fucked up. This is where we fucked up at.
Okay.
We essentially had the Rock Nation brunch
In a little 1,000 fucking square foot condo.
On the low end, G. We had the Rock.
That shit was, we shouldn't have done that.
And yeah, motherfuckers was feeling themselves, and
Yeah.
we had to, but that's
We
another
had people
story.
in the parking lot. We had people waiting to get in. We had people in the living room. I like my bedroom though because I wasn't going. But we had people everywhere. We had 1,000 people in a little 1,000 square foot condo.
But guess what though? We woke up with no dishes in our sink, and that's all that mattered.
All right.
My fucking bro. Oh,
That
my
shit
goodness.
was crazy.
Hey, man.
No, let me wrap this shit up. We can talk about sneakers,
Let's wrap it up. Where we leave off at? Phone posits shattered backboard, November 8th. Cop a drop, kid.
I'm dropped. I'm at a point in my life, I don't even be rocking phones anymore. I got like one pair of phones in the crib. I don't even be rocking phones anymore, man.
Good. Run them pewters for me.
I told you could have them. I told you 5 weeks ago you could have them shit.
Okay, good. I go see my godson. I pick them pewters up. Good. LeBron 17 red carpets, November 15th.
I actually like them.
I like them for hooping, but not walking.
I feel like red sneakers is played. Like,
fuck out of
I
there.
feel like Ye came out with the red October. Shit was crazy. I got some red dunks in the crib right now, blood red and shit. Don't baby really rocking all red sneakers no more. Like I don't really feeling no shit.
You're such a GD, but whatever.
All right. I'm sitting here with the black and red and shit on. Like, I don't really be feeling the all red. No more.
I'm cool with all red sneakers. I'm cool with all blue sneakers. We're not gonna get into the in-depth issues of that, but at the same time, I like them as a cop for hooping only.
Okay, that's fair.
Hooping only.
I'm hooping them. Yeah.
Air Jordan 4, what the fuck? November 23rd. What you think?
I don't like them. That's the joints with the blue and the red. I don't like that. If that was either blue or red, I would be cool.
I gotta agree with you either because I feel like the 4 is a classic.
Yeah, they were doing too much with that.
Yeah, the Mars whole play into that. I'd rather just have a Concord or one of the other two colorways or whatever. Yeah, I don't like that getting too. I don't like the 4 getting too like existential.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too
fuck
much.
that.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. Yeezy 500 Stone, November 23rd.
That's a push for me. I'm gonna tell you why.
A push?
We was talking about the Yeezys earlier.
Okay.
Right. And I didn't want the soft vision joints because they like lilac or something. I don't really have a use for purple sneakers.
Yeah.
But the soft vision joints got the mesh in the middle. I like that. But the stones don't. It's like a big cushion. So I was at first I'm like, nah, I don't like that shit because I want the mesh in there. But then I was like, wait, I kind of like them. So maybe. I don't know. I'm like maybe. I like them though. I like the 500 like silhouette. I need that. I really want the Desert Rat 500s, the Desert Rat joints, the black ones. I need them. But I slept when they dropped. I need a connect, by the way. Really, bro? I'm doing this podcast so I can get a sneaker connect. I'm trying to find out who can give me the motherfucking joints for the low. Man, not even for the low. I throw you a little bit extra.
D.
What's up?
D.
Yeah.
You ain't shit.
I'm trying to get some sneakers, bro. I'm trying to get some sneakers.
Last one. Let's finish up, man. We've been dragging everybody through this
We
shit.
been fucking around with y'all time.
Jordan 12 white gray, December 21st. Copper drop.
I like them.
Copper drop.
I'm gonna say cop. I like them. But
I'm gonna
that's a
say cop too.
That's a
Cop
classic.
too.
That's a classic silhouette.
Facts.
At first, I was like, I don't really need no more 12s. I got the fucking Obsidians in the crib. I don't even wear them no more. But then I was out today shopping and shit, and I seen somebody with the white and grays. I was like, ooh, those is nice. I need them. Put them on with some gray joggers and shit. That's probably it. I need those.
That's definitely a cop for me. I gotta say facts as well. That's definitely a cop for me.
Yeah. I just copped the black Yeezys today though. I needed them. The 350s just came out. I need that.
How you like them 350s or whatever? Do they feel good? I never had a pair of 350s.
Them comfortable.
I'm a 700 guy because I got a wide foot.
Yeah. And they got like the thick sole on the 700. The 350s is more like running shoes.
Yeah.
So like if you like running shoes, if you like Adidas Boost or the Reacts, the Nike Reacts or the Roche runs.
Never fuck with them.
Yeah, that's not your style of sneaker.
I always
already
been a
know that.
LeBron or a Jordan.
They got the thick soles.
Cat.
They got the thick soles, the high top.
That's my move.
But if you like the lightweight sneakers with the little soft sole, and them 350s be hidden. So I had to grab them.
Cool.
And they black in the wintertime. It's perfect. I got some white. I got the white ones. I got the triple white ones at the crib too, but I needed the blacks. That's how I be running the sneakers though. I like the solid colors, the whites, the blacks, the grays and stuff, So
hey man, your ass will definitely sacrifice a good black sneaker in the winter over your Timbs. I've seen you do it.
I've done it. I've done it 27 times.
Facts. I've seen you do it, bro.
I don't even know. I got the Timbs on today too. I need some new wheats though.
I see you got the Timbs on. You got the black wheat Timbs on. No, not the wheat. You got the black Timbs on. Can't go wrong with it. I got my Air Max 95s gold. Can't go wrong with it. We're done, man. Episode 1.
It's in the books.
In the books. We'll be back with you guys soon with episode 2, the hip hop episode, starring Rio and Air E.
Oh, you got 2? It's gonna be 3 y'all in here, man?
Yeah, it's gonna be 3.
That's gonna
of
be
us.
nice. You got 2 fucking co-hosts and shit. That's gonna be nice.
So the 95 crew will be alive as well. We'll be talking to you guys soon, and we want to thank you guys for tuning in. And just remember, it's 95 to infinity.
95 to infinity.